Joyous rising, family, grand rising, rich rising, wealthy rising, grand rising, great rising, good morning, good evening, good night, depending upon where you're hailing from. Check in and let us know, family, where you're hailing from. I see you coming in. Come on in the room, family. Everything is ready when you talk about finances. All of the countries are saying that they're ready at some level, okay? But it makes no sense, as I said before, to have wealth coming to you if you're not healthy. So keep checking in, family. Come on in the room. Let us know where you're hailing from, and we're going to put on a little music, and we'll come right back. I see you in here. I see you in the chat. Come on in, family.
Pruitt, shining wisdom's light, teaching soul tribe how to see through the night. Ancient scriptures and bloodlines she knows, spreading truth wherever she goes. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day. Through her channel, knowledge flows, breaking chains that hold us close, teaching paths to abundance and wealth, guiding others to free themselves. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day. From currencies to investments divine, she's helping her tribe to realign with wisdom, ancient and new, showing what we all can do. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia lights the way to a new and brighter day.
All right, family. Welcome back. I'm so excited. Thank you all for joining in earlier today. Listen, I said that I was going to come back today to tell you all how to eat to activate your superpowers. Now, y'all saw me in the last videos I've been doing. I got all this extra energy thanks to this special person that I'm going to bring before you today. So welcome back, Grand Rising, Joyous Rising. Today we have an amazing man here, Chef Yosef Mevaker L. He's been in the food service industry for over 35 years. That's almost 4 decades. Oh my gosh. He's self-taught, and his culinary education began in his mother's kitchen. Y'all know how it is in Big Mama's house. Listen, if you hungry, you gonna eat and be nourished in Big Mama's house. And that's where he learned his culinary skills. He went plant-based over 11 years ago. Now, he's not saying everybody needs to be plant-based. He's just going to show you how to incorporate more plants and vegetable fruits inside your life. So he went plant-based over 11 years ago due to his own health-related issues. And he lost over 100 pounds. That's almost a whole person, a whole little person at will. Anyway, he has since then been an advocate for plant-based eating, speaking at churches, health seminars, and he does personal coaching. Chef Yosef also has a platform on school, and I'm going to bring that up for you because you can join just for just a few dollars, and he will devise menus that's specific for your lifestyle to you. So he has a platform to assist you with starting a plant-based lifestyle or including more plant-based ingredients into your lifestyle, and offer simple, fulfilling recipes for everyday, fulfilling plant-based meals. I don't know how you all feel, but for me, it's like having a personal chef on deck. Okay. I told him, like, I need a staff. I need a personal chef. And he started off by telling me the different things I need for my body and how I need to go to the local farmers market. And let me tell you, eating directly from the ground, child, it sent me right back to the Wayback Machine, like I was back in 1974 as about a 6-year-old eating out of Granny's garden. Okay, let me tell you. So this gentleman not only can help you with recipes and menus, but he's the owner and a proprietor of New Unk Vegan Soul Catering. He also travels for personal coaching and cooking classes. You can hire him to come to your church or your organization to teach you how to cook. Chef Yosef specializes in making healthy foods. He can be reached at, and I'll give you his number, 609-836-3577, and we'll have him to say that over again, or had his email address. We'll put that in the chat for you and also in the description section of this video. But this gentleman is available for consultations and catering services. He's also working on a book, a recipe book. So family, I'm so ecstatic to have my new friend and our chef for the Soul Tribe, Chef Yosef. Hey, Chef Yosef.
Now that was quite an intro, Dr. Kia. Thank you.
You're
very
welcome.
Kind and generous. Appreciate it.
Look, you got me. I don't know. Just having you in a private group last week was great. It was amazing because you gave me that spark to get to business. Like,
good.
I don't have time to lose. We all talk about wealth. When is the money coming?
Yes.
But what does that matter if I'm not going to be here?
That's a fact. That I'm glad you said that because the beginning of the year unfortunately started off with a lot of people passing away.
I noticed that.
I don't know if it was that in your area, but I lost about 2 people that I knew very personally, and then there was quite a few other death notices. And unfortunately, death happens. That's what happens. It's part of life. However, the problem I have is most of the time, those people that have passed and transitioned, when we have the service and we talk about their life and how much we celebrate their life, we go to the cemetery and we come right back to the church or fellowship hall and we have a repast of foods that killed them. It's like, what are we doing here? This is a repeat broadcast. That person died of sugar diabetes. That person died of heart disease. That person died of a stroke. And we sit up there, and after mourning them, we go back to eating the same things put them in the grave. If
That's
that is
true.
going backwards, I don't know what is. We got to do
That's
better.
true.
Now,
How do
I
you
don't
think
want folks
people?
to get mad at me about, talking about our people, but that's all I know. I don't know nobody else's folks.
Mm,
I don't have no hatred towards no other race or no other culture, but I don't know anybody else's people but mine that I can speak firsthand about. And this is a behavior issue we have to deal with.
yes, sir.
And it talks it,
Yeah,
and it begins with a mindset because for some reason we like tradition
we do.
and tradition uh it it, it can be a good thing and it can also be a bad thing.
Mm,
But we
mm,
we have to find a balance to where we take the concept and the integrity of tradition and we bring it to what ministers to the need of the present time. You know, and then people go, I coach a lot of people that say, well, my grandfather ate ham hocks until he was 93 years old. Okay, your grandfather has a different DNA code too, because
oh,
he grew up working in the field and doing manual labor, and he didn't eat processed food. Whatever grandma was fixing for him, it
true.
was homegrown food. Yes, it might have been some pork mixed in there, might have been some fat back or whatever, but
Mm,
best believe it was homegrown food. It was organic because they either grew the food themselves or they grew it in their community, and it didn't have the additives and processing that it has now in food service industry, which is a big difference.
mm,
And yes, you got to understand the way his body was built and the way it structured his body structured itself from eating like that and doing his manual labor for all those years built his metabolism and his bone density and everything about how his system operates to be better to fight off disease. We're not equipped for that because most of us lead a
mm.
very sedentary lifestyle. We
Yeah.
have sit down jobs, office jobs, everything we do is accessible through a mobile device. We don't have a lot of manual labor, and most of manual labor jobs are being taken over by machines. So you don't
Mm-hmm.
have the fortitude and the strength that our grandparents have to make that excuse to say, well, they ate that long and they lived till they was in their 90s. No, it's not going to work for you. And
Mm,
food is not being manufactured the same way. It's not being grown and harvested the same way. Trust me, we talked about this the last time. The
yes.
the chicken, I remember my mother going to the grocery store buying chicken when I
Mm-hmm.
was a little boy. And chicken was about the size of my hand and maybe a little bigger than a Cornish hen.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, chicken looks like turkey
It
because it's
does.
got so many
Mm,
antibiotics and hormones and
mm.
injections and stuff like that. So we can't hold on to those same ways and things that we used to do back in those generations. It's a totally different day now, and we have to take on a different mentality. We have to learn how to be progressive in our thinking of traditions.
Absolutely. Now, first of all, I want to say I agree that a lot of people are just checking out. I just said that on the podcast I did a few minutes
Yeah.
ago. All around me, people are transitioning. I don't know what's going on. I really don't.
Mhm.
It's kind of taking me by surprise.
Yeah.
I know we've entered into a new era, so I don't know if certain people just decided to check out, or maybe their bodies aren't able to deal with certain things, or maybe their lifestyle contributed to it. But it's really taken me, by surprise. I don't want to be in that number. I don't want to check out before I'm supposed to, you know.
Yes.
And we are on my channel. We talk about the revaluation of currencies and how things are happening. And I told them that countries are now starting to unveil their new currencies, so we know they're
Mhm.
ready for the transition. And I talked to a wealth manager who said, "Yeah, it's time." Banks met globally last year to make
Wow.
sure they were ready. They made sure they had gold. They make sure they had foreign currencies there to
Mhm.
protect banks against any type of economic crisis, and to make sure they have everything they need for us, so they're ready. And they told me they're going to
Sure.
have like wealth management whole team for us. So I report
Mhm.
those type of things, and it's great. But what does it matter if I'm not here and I haven't I've gotten everything in place, my trusts aren't set up, so my children are
Right.
taken care of, what does it matter? So can you help us if we're just now getting to the point, because we're going to help people that's already on this path, but if we're just now waking up and saying, hey, I want to live longer, what do we need to do? Like, we're just starting out today fresh. Like, how do we start?
Well, first of all, it begins in the mind, just
Okay.
like wealth does. Wealth begins in
Mhm.
the mind.
Mhm.
Um, and this is the reason why so many people who win the lottery end up broke in the next 5 years, because they don't have the mentality to absorb wealth or to receive wealth. You really need
Mhm.
to be educated on how to deal with wealth, and just like you need to be educated on how to deal with health. Because if
Mhm.
all you know is eating soul food on Sunday afternoon after church, and eating leftovers on Monday and Tuesday, and then going out to lunch on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and buying whatever is the neighborhood sandwich shop, and it's unhealthy. If all you know is to do that, then you have to figure out how to develop better habits. So it definitely
Mhm.
begins with the mind. The first thing you should do is, if you really have a desire to get healthy and to change your eating habits, is you should really go see a physician, see your primary care doctor, go get a full panel uh, blood test.
Okay.
Find out everything that's in your body that you have potential for getting disease for, or find out what your body is more susceptible to based on genetic makeup.
Okay.
Go to the doctor, get a full panel blood test, and ask them to check everything. Ask them to check your vitamin
Mm.
D levels. Ask them to check your sugar levels. Men, ask them to check your
Mm.
testosterone levels. Ask them to check your I forget what other vitamin it is. It's your vitamin B12 levels. Ask them to check your blood sugar count, your your blood pressure count. All those are very vital to how you should eat. Because if
Mm.
a person has a low blood count, you're not going to give them you're going to give them things that can ignite more red blood cells in their body. You know, things like blackberries and raspberries and blueberries. You know, eat a lot of berries and fruits and stuff like that to help their blood. And you know, if a person has diabetes, you're not going to put them on a whole lot of potatoes and starches. You're going to put them on a lot of green vegetables, stuff to keep their heart going further. Because if you have diabetes, you are on that's the precursor to heart disease.
I didn't know that. Mm.
Yes,
Mm.
yeah.
Mm.
So if you have diabetes, you really need to get you're in the danger zone for heart disease. And so the very first thing you should do is go to the doctor, get a full blood panel test, and find out all your levels, find out what you're susceptible to. And I know a lot of people will say, well, you know, cancer running my family or heart disease running my family.
Okay.
No, bad habits running your family.
Oh.
You know,
Oh.
because if you keep eating the same thing they were eating 30 and 40 and 50 years ago, and then saying, well, and then you want to pray and ask God to heal you, that doesn't make any sense.
Mhm.
And I fault the churches a lot for this too, because we got people in the church that are dying from sugar diabetes, and
All the time.
they're the first ones at the church bake sale. You know you don't need to be eating that peach cobbler.
Mm.
You got sugar diabetes, and then you want to sit there and get in the prayer line and ask the pastor to lay hands on you and say, rebuke the devil with this. No, slap the fork out your hand and stop eating that peach cobbler, and stop rebuking the devil over stuff that you can control.
Mm.
We have to learn how to control our controllables. And our controllables are what we put in our mouth, what we intake in our bodies, the things that we watch, the things that we receive, the things that we intake. That's stuff that we can control. It's not the devil that's making you eat them chitlins. Stop. I got to keep it real, Dr. Kia, because we live
Okay.
in a fantasy world and people want to put the devil on stuff and he ain't had nothing to do with this.
That's why a lot of
You,
people don't want to follow us. Like if we say that we are righteous or we live a wholesome life, or even if you
right.
say you're a Christian, they're like, but you're fat. Or you're, and I'm not trying to fat shame, but they'll literally
No.
like I will look at the church, the bishops were overweight, the mothers were
Oh my
overweight,
God.
their children. It's the fattest place that I ever been to. The
You know,
church.
it represents a place of undiscipline, which is
And the
sad.
most unhealthy, and not
Yes.
just fat, but sick, always in the prayer line. But would you say that
Yeah.
was a lack of discipline?
Lack of discipline. You know,
Mm,
you
that's so.
people can talk about the Muslims all you want and the Nation of Islam. You talk about them all you want. They have some discipline. Because very rarely do you watch a Savior's Day tape and see a bunch of fat Muslims in there. You're not going to see it. The women are healthy. The men are slim. They keep themselves fit. They care about their appearance. And you could agree or disagree with their philosophy and how they look
Mm,
at religious way of life, but they have discipline, and that's something we need to take a page out of their book from. It's sad that if we claim to people that you know carry the doctrine of Christianity, if you claim to really believe and study the Bible, and that's your roadmap, that's your book, that your handbook that you live by, you don't do half of what it says in there
mm,
because you rather you because we people kill me. They say they pick certain scriptures that they want to support their lifestyle. So
right.
you know good and well in the scripture in Leviticus it says don't eat anything with a split hoof or that doesn't have a split hoof. Uh,
And a
Anything unclean.
cloven
You talk
tongue.
about in
It
a
must
clove.
have a
Yes,
cloven tongue. Must have a cloven tongue. No, no, no. It must have a split hoof and chew at
split
the
hoof
cud.
and chew at the cud, which means that's only cow, uh, chicken, fowl, whatever you want to call it,
Mm,
goat.
mm,
That's fine, but it does not include pig because
mm,
pig. You could just look at the characteristics of a pig
mm,
and see that we should not consume that. And
mm,
shellfish, bottom feeder sea animals. It specifically tells us not to eat that, and because the Most High has forbidden that for consumption. But then we'll go over to the New Testament and pick out the scripture that the so-called Apostle Paul says that everything can be eaten and received with thanksgiving. It's basically as long as you pray over it, it's okay. That's
Did we
not
go
what he
to
was
the same
talking about.
church? Did we go to the same? That's what I heard.
You mean to tell me the last time I checked, God's been the same, and you know, so you mean to tell me the very same thing that has been created, and He said, "Don't consume it. It's not for that purpose." That all of a sudden now, if we pray over it, it just eradicates the disease. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Mm, mhm,
So
mhm.
you're gonna pray over eating a pork roll sandwich that you don't get heart disease and you don't
Yeah.
get diabetes from that. But
Mm,
he told you don't eat it, but you still eat it. As long as I pray for it, it's okay. No, no, that does not take away the disease. If you knew how much parasites pork has,
mm, mm,
it's horrible.
mm.
And even the seafood, the bottom feeder seafood, you're eating. Folk that like catfish, that's a garbage fish. You got to eat fish with fins and scales. Now, I wouldn't eat either, but for those who still do eat the meat or still eat the fish, you got to choose wisely.
Can I help them with where that's found? That's found in Leviticus 11 and Deuteronomy 14.
Yes.
The cattle must have cloven hooves and chew at the cud. The fowl that he actually lists the type of fowl for the Christians or Jews, the fowl that you can eat. And
Yes.
then there's the fish must, as he said, as Chef said, must have fins and scales. And we're not telling anybody how to eat. We're just saying we come from a
If you
Christian
are
background.
going to eat it, yes.
But if you are going to eat it, this is why they say you're supposed to eat it, because they have some of them have parasites. If they're bottom feeders in the ocean, they're going to have a lot of parasites as well as the cattle.
Right.
Mm-hmm. What are they saying? They're
Eh,
saying so true. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Now, I don't care how much of a prayer warrior you consider yourself to be. You're not praying for disease to leave meats that we're not supposed to eat.
Mm.
Your prayer is the whole intention of praying over food is to give thanks for what the Most High has caused the earth to give us, and we're receiving it with thanksgiving so that He can multiply more of it so we have an abundant supply. That's the whole notion of giving thanks for our food.
Mm.
It's being grateful for what He's allowed the earth to give us, and
Yes.
you know the things that we do eat and consume. We're thankful for, and it does it revitalizes the body. It
Oh, he froze. He
helps
must.
the body.
Ooh.
Am I back? Did I freeze up?
Yes, we kind of froze for a second. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry about
I was
that.
saying the whole notion of giving thanks for the food is to be grateful for what the earth has given us, and so it can provide for us more, and then it in turn does what it's supposed to do for our bodies, so we can keep doing what's in our purpose.
Mm.
Now, I'm going to talk about a few things that I think will help us understand the purpose of food. Food is information and not just fuel.
Mm.
And so when you think of eating calories, we used to, they have diets where they count calories, but we don't just eat calories, we eat instructions,
Mm.
because food is meant to do certain things for our bodies. Every food does not do the same thing. Some foods cleanse, some foods help repair internal organs, help repair blood vessels.
Mm.
Some foods give energy. Some foods uh, increase serotonin, like make you relax.
Mm.
So every food is programmed to do what it's supposed to do for the body. Every plant carries biological intelligence: light, water, minerals, and time. Whole foods communicate with our cells via enzymes, phytochemicals, and electrical signals. Ultra processed food, on the other hand,
Mm.
scrambles that signal, and whole
Mm.
food clarifies it. I'll say it again. Processed food scrambles the signal,
Mm.
whole food clarifies the signal. So you ever get somewhere, like be in a hospital, and you have your cell phone. If you go next to one of those kind of monitors or something, it starts to
Mm.
disrupt
Yes.
the signal. That's why they say, they would rather you keep your cell phone either, off or in your
Okay.
pocket, or don't even bring it in the room if there's a lot of sophisticated machinery in there, because the signal from that it's bringing from the towers can disrupt the mechanisms that are in that machinery. So that's what processed food does to our body.
Mm.
It
Okay.
interrupts and it scrambles the signal for things that it's supposed to process. So when you eat living foods, your body receives coherent information. You ever notice, Dr. Key, I'm sure you've done like juice fast or raw food fast. You ever notice that your mind is a lot clearer?
A
Like,
lot clearer.
yeah, even your psychic
Sharper.
ability probably goes up, right?
And even my vision
Hmm.
is more clear, and my sleep is more calm, and I don't need I don't need a lot of it. But yes,
Yes,
that's your question. Yes.
that's good.
Yes. Hmm.
And so clarity in diet creates clarity in thought, emotion, and decision making. Now, this is the part that I know people probably don't think of, but your digestive system is a spiritual organ.
Mm.
It's not a physical organ; it's a spiritual organ, because your digestive system is more than just one organ. Your digestive system is comprised of your stomach, your liver, your pancreas, your spleen, and your adrenal glands. So all those organs in your midsection are what processes the food sends information to your body about how to what to process and how to let it operate. The gut is not just where food breaks down; it's where intuition is born. Is why they say the gut is the first
Oh,
brain.
yeah.
So
Gut instinct. Okay.
so my second phase, after you go see your doctor and get your proper blood work, the first thing you do after that is you need to detox.
Mm,
You need to do a cleanse. I recommend 21 days at least.
mm,
At least 21 days. And if you can't just completely fast, not everybody is, equipped for fasting on long periods of times. I recommend doing 21-day raw foods, which is fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds.
Let me ask you a question about that.
Hmm.
You talked earlier about sugar diabetes. What if a
Yes,
person is diabetic? Can they eat fruits?
yes,
Okay. I
because
know
it's
they
a
probably.
difference. Yeah,
Okay.
no, no, that's a good question
Okay.
because now I wouldn't recommend eating a lot of sugary fruits, but the fruit from sugar is going to help your glucose levels. It's
Mm,
not fructose like the fructose they put in sodas. Remember, everything ending in OSC is sugar.
mm-hmm. Okay.
Glucose is good. Glucose
Okay.
is natural. Fructose is not.
I see. Mm,
So
mm,
if you have diabetes, I wouldn't recommend eating a lot of uh, ultra sweet fruits like bananas or stone fruits and stuff. I would eat a lot of water rich fruits like your grapes or seeded grapes, not seedless.
okay.
Seeded grapes, melons, seeded watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew, a lot of berries. Strawberries are very good for the heart.
Mm,
Remember, we talked about before form defines function. You look at a strawberry, it kind of looks like the shape of a heart.
mm-hmm.
Strawberries are very good for the heart, but make sure you get good strawberries. Like, don't get the ones that are like the size of a tennis ball, because those are not natural.
Okay.
Get, try to get organic strawberries. Like, I don't really trust all the organic stuff, but or strawberries is a good one to
Okay.
get organically because it's not sprayed and it's not genetically modified. And when they're in season in your area, get them from the farmers market. That's even better.
Mm,
But yeah, water rich fruits would help with diabetes. So that would be the next thing I would say. Do a 21-day detox. That will give your body a reset. Uh, Cleansing the liver is a precursor to weight loss. I would juice beet, celery, and apple for 21 days and just drink that and spring water.
okay.
That will clean your liver out, and you will see yourself drop pounds.
Mm,
And it'll definitely, now don't get scared. You go to the restroom and you have a bowel movement. It's going to be really red. You're not bleeding. It's the beets that's helping to clean you out, and the beets
wow.
are a very rich red color, so it might scare you when you see that, but you're not bleeding. But it's definitely helping your insides. So the gut is not just where food breaks down; it's where intuition is born. That's your first brain. 90% of serotonin is made in the gut. A dysregulated gut equals emotional instability, brain fog,
Mm,
anxiety. A lot of times people are, to get a little fog in the brain because of the way they eat. And it causes a lot, early memory loss is not a good thing. You're seeing that a lot with
right.
people that are like 40 and 50. Like, you still young. Why is your brain causing you to forget like that? It's because of their diet.
Even Alzheimer's in older patients, I'm starting
Yes.
to wonder if that's, maybe it's not just a natural. occurrence when you get old. Maybe it's the diet that's contributing to that.
Alzheimer's is sugar in the brain.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
Alzheimer's is sugar in the
Wow.
brain.
Wow.
It's so really we have to get off of processed sugar.
Can you
You know,
speak to that while you're there? What do you
first.
mean by what is processed sugar? Because yeah.
Well, if you look at you're from the Caribbean. You've seen sugar cane.
I've been there.
It's brown, right?
Yes, yes, it is. It's brown.
Which means it's melanated.
Right, right.
Melanin contains information that helps our bodies succeed. It helps our bodies keep living. Melanin is our computer system, so to speak. So if foods do not have melanin in them and they've been bleached, that means all the information has been
Mm,
taken out. So sugar naturally is not white. It does not grow in the ground and out of the ground as white. So we got to go back to what's natural. So it means if you're eating sugar and it's all white, that means they've done something in the factory
mm,
to change the information in that. So when we consume it, it doesn't do what it's meant to do.
mm.
Now,
Go ahead.
people that drink um, natural sugarcane juice, it's very good for them. I can't remember all of what it does, but I do know that it really it helps your uh, it helps something in the bloodstream. I got to do a little more research, but I know because I read about it. I can't remember all of it, but I know it helps something in the bloodstream, and it also helps give energy, like natural energy.
Yeah, they drink sugarcane juice in Cuba
Yes,
and in Jamaica. They walk around chewing on the
the
sugar
sugar
cane.
cane, right?
Hmm.
And they don't get no cavities from that.
I know they don't.
It tells you what they're doing to the sugar. Because if you would just sit there and put a bunch of sugar in your hand, white sugar in your hand, and start chewing on that, you're going to have cavities very quickly.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and that disrupts the function of the teeth because our teeth are natural crystals,
Natural. Let me
and
ask you. So you
mhm.
were talking. I'll let you finish the thought.
No, please go.
You were talking about the sugar,
Mhm.
but I was wondering when I started having cavity issues, I was like, I don't even eat candy, so why am I having problems with my teeth? But I was eating a lot of potatoes, potato chips. Does that have sugar in it?
It's still sugar. Starch
Mm.
turns into sugar.
Ah, mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the thing is, if you realize that our teeth are crystals, crystals carry information too. They carry energy. If you take a crystal that's from the earth, like tourmaline or lapis lazuli or any of those crystals like that, white opal, you hold it. You there's a certain amount of energy that that crystal carries.
Mm.
That's why people do. Unfortunately, people do witchcraft with crystals. That's not what
Mhm,
it's meant for.
mhm,
Crystals are supposed to heal the body. If you go to a shaman or you go
mm,
to a healer, they will put crystals on different parts of the body that need to be healed because it carries information from the earth. We're from the earth, so it's realigning us.
mm.
So if you realize that your teeth are crystals, if you're putting that processed sugar on them, you're disrupting how your teeth are supposed to function. And your teeth, all 32 of your teeth, those of you who still have all 32,
Mhm,
are synced to a different organ in your body. So
mm.
when the dentist is trying to rush you to get your teeth pulled or get a tooth pulled, you might need to see what you can do to save that
Okay.
because for every tooth that's pulled, it's disrupting a function of one of your organs. Everything is connected. The Most High made us a very, very sophisticated piece of machinery.
Mm.
our bodies, the scripture says we are fearfully and wonderfully made. Our
Yes.
bodies are the most sophisticated piece of machinery on the face of this earth.
Mm.
Everything is connected.
1 minute.
I will. I saw
Okay.
that question.
You saw
I
that. I
will
was going to
definitely
say
get to that.
he's going to answer. So I will do a question and answer. Period. Family.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Now, another thing about white sugar, it definitely causes cancer.
What?
Or I should better say that if you are eating white sugar, you're going to cause cancer to increase in your body. If you have a warning about cancer being in your body, the first thing you should get off is sugar.
Mm.
You should have a totally sugar-free lifestyle of eating. Sugar is one of the worst things. This is why so many people have cancer. Cancer is big business. So if you're eating a lot of sugar, you're feeding the cancer. It's no good. And white sugar, just for, I'm gonna say this, and I hope nobody gets offended. That's not particularly melanated in the chat.
No, just
If
help us.
it's white, don't eat
It
it.
ain't right. If it's white, it ain't right. That's what they taught us growing up.
It's not.
White
And this
rice,
has
white
nothing to do
flour,
with race. This
white
has nothing
flour.
to do with race. White
Can you
flour,
name?
white
Okay.
sugar, white bread, white rice, white potatoes. If it does not have melanin in it, you should not eat it.
Mm.
And listen, I am not a saint. I'm a chef, so sometimes it's hard. If I'm in a rush and I need something, I will have a baked potato, and I've had baked potato, but I don't make it a practice of eating that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm on a journey, just like I'm sure most of you are on, of trying to get rid of everything that does not have melanin, because like I said before, melanin carries information, and melanin helps your brain function. So if you're eating foods that don't have any melanin in it, this is why people have Alzheimer's early nowadays. They just eat all this white stuff. And you know what? I'm gonna say another thing. I'm so tired of these folks posting plates on Facebook that have fried chicken, mashed potatoes, potato salad, rice, and mashed potatoes on the same plate. Why do you have 4 starches on a plate?
Help us. Help us.
What is wrong with you? So this is why you say you get the itis afterwards. No wonder. There's no reason to have 4 starches on the plate. Even the food pyramid is not the best, but it's to have 4 starches on the plate is horrible. Where's the vegetables at? Where's the legumes, the beans and stuff like that? Come on. 4 starches, and we do the same thing for holidays. We go to Big Mama's house. We have turkey. Like Ricky Smiley had a bit on his comedy show. He said, I'm tired of Black Thanksgiving. He said we have barbecue turkey, fried turkey, blackened turkey, jerk turkey, smothered turkey with gravy. Then he's turning around. We're gonna have yams, mashed potatoes, potato salad, macaroni and cheese. Like, what is all that? We got to stop. We have to stop doing this. And then we wonder why we get these kind of diseases, and we want to call it the devil. It's not.
Well, can we eat brown sugar? Somebody was saying you said you can't eat white sugar. Can we eat brown sugar? It's melanin.
Brown sugar ain't nothing but white sugar that's got some molasses in it.
Oh, okay.
That's all it is.
Mm.
If you want to eat real sugar, get organic sugar cane juice, or get I'm not a huge fan of it, but since it comes from a leaf, it's a little bit more natural. Stevia.
Okay.
It comes from a leaf. Now I don't know exactly all of what they're doing to process that to put it in packets, because that's white too. But it's probably the lesser of the two evils. Stay away from Splenda. Splenda is 1 molecule away from plastic.
Whoa.
Yeah.
They told us it was healthier than sugar and it has fewer calories.
It's 1 molecule away from plastic, and equal is even worse because that's aspartame. Aspartame is 200 times sweeter than sugar. Uh, dates are natural. Dates are
Dates
a
are
natural
okay.
form of sugar. Dates, they have date sugar, and coconut sugar. Thank you for bringing that up about
What
dates.
about you're welcome. I'm about to
Agave,
look into some.
agave is good, but I would only buy the raw agave.
Mm,
If and the raw agave is very dark. It's like an amber color. If you
okay.
get the other stuff that just says agave on it, it's
Don't get
closer
that
to
one.
like a yellow golden syrup, and it almost looks like corn syrup. So I don't really trust that. And I would not if you're consuming honey.
It's
Yes,
raw agave.
yes. You see how dark it is?
Yes, I do.
That's the real agave that comes from the cactus tree, the
Oh,
cactus plant.
okay. Okay.
Um, and for those of y'all wondering what I'm drinking, it's water with electrolytes in it. So I I ain't drinking Kool-Aid, y'all.
Oh,
But yes, the raw agave is the amber colored one. I wouldn't just get the regular store brand agave if it doesn't say raw in there because it's more than likely got some corn syrup in it. And I was going to say, if you're still consuming honey,
mhm.
only get honey from your local farmers market. Do not buy honey in the stores. That is corn syrup. There's not real honey.
I
Yes,
just got some.
in a glass jar. Yes. Do not buy the honey in the plastic jar in the grocery store. That is not real honey. That is high fructose corn syrup with yellow food coloring.
These people are evil.
They are evil. It's
This
sad.
is evil. Chef,
So
so one
yes.
second.
Mhm.
Somebody, only one Herbine says, I passed out from lasagna. A nutritionist told me she couldn't scientifically say it, but there could be a correlation. I'm loving your teaching here. Common freaking sense. Passed out from lasagna. Gosh.
What was in that lasagna? My lord. Mm. Well,
Mm.
pasta is highly manufactured as well. I mean,
Mm.
you know what's really crazy? Um, the wheat that is grown here has been so processed because wheat is another thing that's naturally brown. By the time they
Mm.
process that stuff and take it through the bleaching and take all the husk out of it, it's white flour that does nothing but sit in your body as paste
Mm.
and breaks down into sugar. So the lasagna she probably had was some store bought pasta that's low quality. It's been manufactured in a plant, and it's no good for you. Now it's funny because I have a friend that went over. She's from Italy, but she went back over to Italy to visit her family,
Okay.
and she went there and she said, "I ate more than what I do here,
Mm.
and I lost weight."
Wow.
Because everything over there is organic. They make stuff from scratch. They make it from the
Mm.
and their wheat flour is not bleached white.
Mm.
When they make their pasta, it's freshly made. It's not manufactured in the store. Grandmom is rolling that pasta out,
Woo.
and so
Mm.
it tastes a lot different, and it actually does to the body what it's supposed to do. It's not that bleached processed stuff that's in the store. You know, it's really sad because we eat here in America, and we think, you know, land of the free, home of the brave. There's a lot of stuff that's wrong with our country
Mm.
because of our country is built on manufacturing and capitalism. And most of the foods that we eat, yes, whoever said that said exactly what I was about to say. And most of the foods that are manufactured here in the US have been outlawed overseas.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
There was a person uh that I followed on Instagram that was making vegan cakes, and they had a cake one time, and they had put some Starburst on it, and I was
Mm.
like, Starburst, okay, okay, it was like a decoration, but they were using Starburst,
Okay.
the candy. And I said, I messaged him because I got really disturbed by that. I said, why are you putting Starburst on a vegan cake? It's no longer vegan.
Mm,
And they
mm.
was like, "Are you in the States?" I said, "Yeah, I am." And they were like, oh, well, that's why." They said, "I'm from Europe, and our Starbursts over here actually have real fruit juice in them. They're not made with the fructose corn syrup."
Wow.
Yeah, so even the candy over there is more natural than what we have over here.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Wow.
that's pretty scary.
Mm.
So
They're enjoying
yes,
your teaching so far, Chef.
thank
As
you.
you get further, you're welcome into the podcast. I can't wait to bring up your school website.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm interested, after you finish talking, though,
Hmm.
how you lost 100 pounds. But before we
Okay.
get to that, if you are enjoying Chef Yosef, he has the ability, of course, to create menus for you that's specific for your lifestyle. And he also takes consultations. So we're going to bring up that website after when he tells us it's time. But in the meantime, if you're just like, I want to give him something right now because he's hitting it, he's really taking care of me, and he's going to answer your questions, you can donate to him by sending a cash app to $POLARISACE. Can you pronounce that for me, Chef? Polaris? What is that? Polaris Ace? How do you pronounce that, Chef?
Polaris Ace. Polaris like the
Polaris.
North Star, and
Oh,
Ace like the card.
Polaris H. So send him a cash app, if you will, to
Yep,
dollar sign
Polaris Ace.
Polaris Ace, POLARISACE. And when they send a cash app to you, will it come up with your name? Because sometimes
Yes,
people's cash app, okay, it will come up with
and
Yosef.
yes,
Okay, okay. Yeah, and we're
yep.
going to give you a chance to answer your questions too, family.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
They say even the coffee in other countries tastes different.
it's totally different.
Mm,
Ethiopian coffee, Jamaica Blue Mountain coffee. That's good coffee.
mm,
That's real coffee.
mm. I love
Uh,
Ethiopian coffee. They do whole
oh yeah.
ceremonies with coffee and then have some popcorn and they just sit
Wow.
around and chat. It's
I
just
didn't know
beautiful.
that. That's
Hmm.
amazing. Yeah. Coffee from Ethiopia is really good.
They said, well, what can we eat? My God, everything in my pantry is poison, Steve says.
Clean it out. Clean it out. Start from scratch.
And speaking of pantry, what did you teach us about when you go to the grocery store where you should be shopping?
The outer perimeters.
The outer perimeters. Yep.
Hmm.
So most of the stuff in the pantry probably got to go.
Oh yeah, no, it does. Because if you have the canned goods, I know. Listen, I understand times get hard, and you hit that shop right can sale, you get two for one. However, if you can't take what's in that can and put it into the ground and regrow it, it's not real food. Canned
So what's on
goods,
the perimeter? What's on the perimeter at the grocery store?
the produce,
Okay.
uh, the um, the meat section, the seafood section, which I mean, if you're eating any of that, you have to be selective still, but that's where the real food is.
Mm.
So inside the grocery stores where you get everything that's in a box, everything has got a longer expiration date.
Mm.
Remember this, family. If it has a longer expiration date, it's going to shorter your expiration date.
Oof.
I'm going to say it again. If the prepackaged food has a longer expiration date, it's going to give you a shorter expiration date.
Mm.
You know,
Oh.
they had army rations. My mom used to tell me about this army rations back in the day during the time of the war because stores you couldn't get access to food. So they would give people army rations that were in a can. And it was food that was actually cooked, and you would take that and heat up the can and eat out of that. That's what they gave the soldiers.
Mm.
But we're not living in those times anymore.
Right.
they
Right.
were they were there for a reason. Now, when it comes to times of extreme like that, we have
Mhm.
to do what we have to do. But until then, we have to form better habits so we can know how to prepare ourselves to like the Amish do canning and they get those mason jars and they pick everything that they've grown for that year and grandma and all her daughters and nieces and stuff are in that kitchen and putting stuff in the cans and preserving the vegetables, the fresh vegetables. They're doing pickled okra, pickled beets, pickled cauliflower, pickled carrots. This and you can now that stuff you can save for 3 to 5 years and still eat it because it's done at home. You know what's going into that, and when it
Mhm.
sits in the glass, it's not it's not breaking down. It's being preserved naturally. You got to think about it. They had to do that anyway back in the day because they didn't have refrigeration.
My
But
grandmother did
it
that.
was natural. It was
Mhm.
natural. They only had ice boxes back then, so they had to can. But it was natural. It didn't have citric acid. Didn't have monosodium glutamate, which is all preservatives to keep the food in that package, and it breaks down all the nutrients of the food.
Mm, mm.
So I just want to reach a couple more key points
Okay.
about the gut. 90% of serotonin is made in the gut. Dysregulated gut equals emotional instability, brain fog, and anxiety. Ancient traditions always tied digestion to wisdom and discernment. Gut feelings are not metaphors, they are biological truths. When digestion is clean, intuition becomes louder. So, sisters, if you having gut feelings about that guy you're dealing with, trust your gut.
Mm.
Trust your intuition. That's where it's coming from. If you clean up your diet, you can see a predator coming from a mile away. It increase your psychic ability, increase your gut intuition. That thing is real. So don't second guess yourself. Don't let your girlfriends and other people tell you that you're crazy because you have a gut feeling about somebody
Mm.
because they don't have the sense to recognize what their gut is telling them. If you clean up your diet, you'll be a step ahead. Then it'd be time to reevaluate your circle and change your friends around.
Ooh-wee.
That's just some fatherly wisdom because I got 4 daughters, so I talk.
I appreciate that. We appreciate that, don't we, ladies?
Now, heavy foods create heavy thoughts. You
Mm.
cannot eat dense food and expect elevated consciousness. Dense
Mm.
food meaning foods full of sugar, foods full of starches, heavy meats, excess animal fat, refined sugars, processed oils, slow that slow your neurological signaling.
Mm.
Inflammation lowers mental sharpness and emotional regulation. Light, mineral-rich plant foods increase oxygenation and blood flow to the brain. Spiritual clarity requires metabolic efficiency. Light foods equal a light mind, which equal elevated emotional frequency. You can ever tell when you get around certain people that they on a low vibration? Most of the
Yeah.
time, it's because of their diet.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
if
Okay.
you see them every time they eat McDonald's and they eating like Chick-fil-A and all that kind of stuff, they on a low vibration. And people that reject this type of information are vibrating so low that they can't even receive this.
Mm.
They don't want to receive it. They just like, there ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm eating my McDonald's. It's good. Really? You're getting mad because somebody is trying to teach you how to raise your vibration, which is the whole premise of Dr. Kia's show. So if you're on here watching Dr. Kia's show, you shouldn't be coming on here unless you want to raise your vibration.
Absolutely.
Chief
Absolutely.
Mack talks about this stuff all the time. He talks, shout out Chief Mack. Chief Mack
Mhm.
always talking about people that want to stay in 3D. We're
Yeah.
moving to 5D. 3D is over. If you staying in 3D, your vibration is purely low. And if you are the type of person that you all you want to do is go to diners and fast food and eat
Mm.
pizza and stuff all the time, you're on a low vibration. I'm sorry.
That's true.
And
Hmm.
I ain't gonna hold you. I used to be that person. But now that I'm not, it's not that I feel like I have a sense of pride and I'm better than anybody. I'm not. I've been on a journey, and because of where I've grown, I want to bring other people with me. The scripture says, when you are restored, you go back and strengthen your brother. So that's what I'm doing. Since I've grown a little bit for what the Most High has empowered me to do, I'm coming back for my family, and I want to help them get more empowered and help them raise their vibration. So this is not a pride thing. I'm coming back. I'm reaching back
Yes.
for when I see people that used to be where I was, or that are where I used to be, rather. But you can always tell people. This is another thing that'll get you. People that are on low vibration because of their diet, they always have an answer for everything. Wisdom teaches you silence. Wisdom will cause you to know how to speak in season. Wisdom will tell you that you don't always have the answer. And that's another thing that goes with having a wealth mentality, because people who are wealthy, they don't have to say everything that's on their mind. But if it's something pertinent that needs to be said, they're going to say it at a seasonal time, at a time when it can be heard and understood.
There's a wise statement that says, only speak when speaking improves upon silence.
Yes, that's very good. Because silence is golden. The scripture tells us to study to be quiet. Always have to say. People that's so low vibration, they always got something to say. And they're good at saying nothing well. Yeah. Always got something to say, saying nothing.
So let me ask you this: if you're constantly in low vibrational frequencies, and your attitude, that's why when your attitude is always negative, that the attitude can be tied to the diet. Okay.
The diet, it causes so much disruption. Bad diet causes. This is why so many people have ADHD now. And I'm very empathetic to people that deal with that, because I have my youngest daughter deals with that.
Okay.
And I try to understand where she is, but it's a chemical imbalance. And if you're eating foods that constantly cause that chemical imbalance, all you're going to do is heighten the ADHD. If all the time you're eating fried foods, processed foods, prepackaged snacks, stuff full of sugar, that is doing nothing but heightening your ADHD, which ADHD causes you to not be able to make sound decisions. You're scatterbrained. You can't think on a straight vibration. You can't be settled when people ask you a question that's challenging. Instead of sitting down thinking about it, you get all disrupted. You're like, oh my God, no, it's too much for me. It's your diet. And one of the best things you can do for that, go back to cleansing. Everything is going back to cleansing, because your gut is your first brain.
Can I say something to that? Sure.
Absolutely.
I'm a woman of a certain age, and I've been going through menopause for the last 17 years. I entered early. 17 years of dealing with hot flashes, mood swings. But then as I got into my 50s, they intensified. Just so hot, I couldn't control it. Then I'd be cold all of a sudden and moody, and just, I didn't know what, with foggy brain. So the spirit spoke to me and said, when you feel your best is when you eat raw. So I did what you said with plants. When I eat raw fruits, I'll eat some vegetables, but mostly fruit. The hot flashes completely go away.
Wow.
Not a one.
Wow.
Mental clarity, like you spoke of early. Some women, I'm not involved in a relationship, but some women at this point, you get dry. You drink, people that are sexually involved and you marry, y'all know when you drink a lot of juices and eat a lot of fruits, your husband's happy. Women.
Say it.
He's like, yeah, that's what I've been talking about. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, now let me stop. But anyway,
it's true
that you get literally lubricated, and And I'm thinking, oh my God, they have all these peels. In fact, I was taking this supplement here to help me, and it's a good supplement, and ashwagandha, and these are good. But
Ashwagandha is very good.
fruits,
Yes, yes.
chef, fruits
You know,
every
fruit is the
day.
highest vibrational food there is
Okay,
because
okay.
it carries the seeds,
I see.
which means
Which
it
I
carries memory and it
that part.
carries information.
Mm,
Fruit is
mm.
the highest vibrational food you can eat.
They're saying y'all are hilarious. Y'all know that song. What he say? Oh, y'all might not know that guy. He's a new guy. He talking about. He said something about I want to swim in it.
Oh my God. Dr. Kim.
To swim in
Oh my
it.
God. That's hilarious.
But I'm telling y'all, family. But he's talking about
Yes.
seeds have information. It's something about eating fruit. I don't know. Fruitarians will tell you that the fruit is the offering that the plant is giving you.
Yes.
Some plants, they say, even some plants don't want to eat. They don't want to be eaten, but they will yield the fruit to you. I don't know how true that is, but there's something that happens to my body when I'm on fruit. So if you're at menopausal, premenopausal, I want you to consider trying a raw diet. Raw, he doesn't like saying diet because it has the word. You don't
Diet.
like diet.
Way of life.
He said, because diet has the word die in it. So the
Mhm.
way of life, I'm telling you, family, try 3 to 7 days. You're going to say, oh my
Yes.
God, what this is
Very true.
amazing.
Yeah. I've been eating raw for the past week and
Okay.
it's really giving me a reset.
Mm,
I feel less tired. I've been able to sleep for like 4 or 5 hours, and I wake up energized. I'm fine.
mm.
Yeah,
Somebody said
raw.
something yeah, something I'm eating has soy in it. Yeah, I had to stop eating tofu. I love tofu,
Yeah,
but I,
I
I
did too.
wondered if that was
You
bothering me. What'd you say, chef?
you you just have to be. I would only eat it in small amounts. I'm not
Okay,
really a big fan of eating a lot of tofu.
okay,
Um, Make sure you get it from a good source because I would get it from an Asian store
okay,
because
okay.
the reason I say that is because they're the ones who first started making tofu. It's
Mm-hmm.
fermented
Okay.
soybeans. So more than likely, their tofu is a little less processed than what you get in the mainstream grocery stores.
Mm,
Anytime you go to like an ethnic grocery store, most of their products are a little less tainted than
okay.
what you find in a regular mainstream stores because
Oh,
they're getting stuff that's been manufactured from our larger big box companies.
okay.
You got to follow the money.
I see.
Like you look at like all the big companies like Kellogg's and General
Mm,
Mills and all. These are publicly traded companies. All they care about is making money. They don't care about your health. They
mm.
don't care anything about your health. Cereal is only like a 40 or 50-year-old phenomenon. They
Mm.
wasn't eating a lot of cereal back in the 50s and 60s. Mom would get up and make real breakfast.
Big
Cereal
mouth.
cereal was manufactured because of the industrial age that a lot of factory jobs went down in the 50s and 60s, and then women's lib happened, and so
Mm.
women weren't staying home cooking anymore. They were getting out into the workforce, so they started making cereal so that people could have a quick breakfast in the morning because nobody was cooking anymore.
That's sad. Mm.
So kids are waking up eating sugary cereals instead of having a wholesome breakfast
Mm.
with fruit and oats and stuff like that. And cereal was a convenience food. It's not something that we always ate.
Mm.
So we have to be careful and go back to the origin of why things are the way they are. Whenever you have a question about why we do things the way we do, go back to the beginning and ask like, what were we doing before this?
Mm.
It's like people you have do whatever you want to do. I'm not preaching against you, but people that celebrate Christmas, that's one of the biggest pagan holidays there is. You got to ask yourself, what were we doing before we got here, or before we got turned on
Mm,
to a lot of European ways that got us celebrating the pagan holiday? What were we doing before that?
mhm.
Christmas is synonymous with Saturnalia, which is where it comes from. So you got to say, where did this come from, and what were we doing prior to this? Because we weren't always celebrating that holiday. So that's just one example. I'm not trying to make nobody
No, no,
feel
no.
bad. If you
What
want to put up
religion
your
did you
tree.
grow up? Where did you grow up in?
I grew up strict Pentecostal Christian. I couldn't even go to the movies. I
So
went
I
to
grew
my
up.
first movie when I was 17 years old, and I
We
stopped
weren't
to
allowed
do
to go
that.
to movies either. So are
No,
you Church of God in Christ, House of God?
absolutely. Church of
Which
God in
one?
Christ.
Okay, I'm House of
Yep.
God. They have the same
Okay.
beliefs.
Same. Yeah. Same
Yep,
thing.
yep, yep.
Yep. We couldn't go to the movies. I couldn't play sports on Sunday. I
We
was
couldn't
in
do
a.
it on Saturday. We couldn't do it on Saturday. You
Okay.
couldn't.
So Sabbath keepers. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I remember I was in a summer basketball league in the neighborhood park, and I played my game on Saturday, and my coach said, "Good game today. You're gonna be here tomorrow, right? We got another game." I said, "Well, I gotta go to church." He said, "Nah, Sunday. This is your church. You in the basketball team." My mom heard that. She said, "Well, I guess you won't be going back there no more."
Dang, he messed it up for you.
Oh my God, messed up my whole basketball career.
Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. The women
No,
can't wear pants in both of our
no.
religions. No
You know
pants,
what?
no
My
earrings,
mom,
no makeup.
my mom transitioned at 87 years old. I have never seen her wear a pair of pants in my life. In my life, I've seen her wear a pair of sweatpants because she was cleaning the house. That was it. I have never seen her wear a pair of pants outside. She wore skirts until the day she passed away.
Yeah.
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 So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that was what we came up in.
Did the women cover their hair? We covered our hair when we prayed. What's the
No, they
covers?
did. They wore a
Okay.
lot of hats though, but they didn't
Okay.
cover their head. Yeah,
Mhm.
I know some. The apostolics did though.
Okay. Okay.
They covered their head.
Mhm.
But yeah, I grew up like that, and as you get older, you learn a lot of things different. And like I still hold to the moral compass of a lot of those
You appreciate
teachings.
some of the things.
Oh, I
Yes.
appreciate it because it gave me a strong foundation.
Mhm.
But the stuff that doesn't make sense, like you eating bad and then praying over it and calling it the devil. I'm not doing that. We're not doing that.
And then be in the prayer line every weekend,
Oh my
praying
God!
that
For the
God
same
will
thing
heal
that you won't change.
you. Yeah.
Something wrong with that picture.
Speaking of things that we won't change, how did you lose 100 pounds?
Well, it was prompted because I went to my doctor, had a physical,
Mm-hmm.
and doctor weighed me, took my blood work, and he said you might want to think about losing weight because you said you were on the brink of having diabetes. I was pre-diabetic. I was 306 pounds. I wish I had a picture. I'll send it to you next time.
Okay.
See how big I was.
Okay.
And I'm not tall. I'm only 5'9". So 306 pounds is a lot of weight for somebody that's only 5'9".
Okay.
And so when he told me that, I made a decision. And my decision was that I was going to be the person that is in control and do something about my weight rather than stay in this state and go on medicine. Because I know people who had diabetes, they're on the insulin shots or they got to take a pill every day. That was not going to be my lifestyle. So I decided, went home and I talked to myself and I said, listen, we got to do something because this ain't it. And my kids were a lot younger then, so I wanted to be around for them. I didn't want to be the one that's way overweight and taking them to the school dance or, and they're ashamed. Dad, you could drop me off half a block to the school. I don't know if I see you.
Right.
I didn't want to be that dad. And I didn't want to be out in the park playing with them and be like, whew, Y'all go ahead. I'm tired. I didn't want to be that dad either. I love my children, so I said I want to be not only in my children's life, but I want to be active in their lives. So I said I have to do something that's going to cause drastic change.
Mm.
I started with the juicing, and the juice that I
Mm.
suggested: beet, celery, and apple. If you go over my school group, you'll see I put up some of the stuff that caused me to start my journey. I watched this movie called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and this guy named Joe Cross, he's a documentarian. He did the same thing where he was like pre-diabetic, he was overweight, and he decided to go on I think he did 60 days juice fast, and he lost over 100 pounds. So I got inspired by that, and I said, if he can do it, I can definitely do it. And so I just started juicing. I juiced for a while, and then I went to eating plant-based.
Mm.
Um, at first, I was just vegetarian. I was still eating like fish and stuff like that. And I was like, no, I said, you know what? So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it like for real. So I started going completely plant-based. I started
Mm.
just cleaning stuff out of my cabinets. I started shopping different, and it was a journey. Like I didn't lose it overnight. It took me about a little over a year,
Mm.
but I lost it. And but as when I did, I saw how good I felt, and
Mm.
I was like, I will never get back to this point again, where I'm like severely overweight. Now I gained a couple pounds over COVID. I could stand to lose maybe
Mhm.
about another 25 pounds or so, but other than that, I'm nowhere near where I was. Um,
They want to
but
know where your
yes,
channel is. They want to follow you. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
you can post up my school.
Okay.
The YouTube channel is coming. That's coming. I did have a channel where I was doing a podcast on eating on a spiritual level. It was on an old platform called Blog Talk Radio, but that platform has so many flaws to it. It's not
Um,
updated. So I will be re uh,
is this?
inventing that channel. Yeah, that's the one. Plant
Okay.
Powered Pantry Society. Yes, it's only
Oh,
$9 a month to join, $60 a year. So I post up there almost every day. There's stuff on. I'm either posting recipes, information about veganism. It's a new
mhm.
page, so that's why you don't see many people on it. But it's just I just started a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, you started. I noticed you were like really posting a lot since the last
Mhm.
time I
Oh yeah,
saw your school page.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, somebody, and you have sea moss available from Granada, and somebody in the chat asked, "What about sea moss?"
Yep. Go in there and there's a site you can buy it from directly.
Mm.
The guy I met the guy personally, and that's why I push his page. He gets real sea moss, and he goes to Granada like every couple months to go harvest it from the sea. He's got divers that go get it.
Mm. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's the real thing.
And let's see, you got film on here they can watch.
Hmm.
Whole Foods vegan grocery list.
Yep.
Wow.
Mostly everybody got a Whole Foods in their area, so I figured if people want to start, that's a
Okay.
good tool for them to use.
I participated in the poll. You asked tempeh or jackfruit. I say jackfruit all day
Yeah,
long.
I love jackfruit.
Jackfruit, yes.
Hmm.
My son made a pot roast with jackfruit.
Oh, I
I
love it. That sounds good.
would put some potatoes and carrots in them jammies and some
Hmm.
celery. I don't know what kind of sauce he made. And the jackfruit, sometimes they smell a little peculiar, but
Mm.
once you cook it, oh
Oh
gee,
yeah, it's
it
very
was
good.
so amazing. So amazing. Oh,
Yeah.
chlorophyll. You recommend we take chlorophyll?
Oh yeah,
Uh, the
chlorophyll is
supplement
good.
or it should be in your foods? Oh,
It can be in both. You can get the chlorophyll. They have the liquid. You can just take like a couple of spoons of it every day.
okay. But I
Yeah.
see you have some plants here that
Hmm.
you
All
recommend.
those help with the oxygen of your blood. In the
Oh,
oxygen-rich environment, cancer cannot survive in that.
oh. Can you eat these raw?
You can. They're just very strong though. So
Oh,
if you
okay.
do get them raw, Like the okra is kind of, the skin of it is kind of hard to break down, so I wouldn't
Well,
recommend eating that raw. But there's a lot of people
okay.
making okra water, which is good. That
Mm,
will bring your blood sugar levels down a lot.
okra water.
Uh, Nettle leaves, Dr. Kia, that's
Let me
good
get back
for
there.
the menopause.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Nettle, you can find nettle leaf tea. Drink that.
Yes. Okay. Where's that nettle leaf? Okay.
That was in the chart with the herbs, with the
What
chlorophyll.
about moringa? Is moringa good?
Moringa's
Someone was
excellent.
okay.
I
When I was
recommend that. When I get a chance, I'll find the site. I'll send it to you personally. But it's
okay.
um, when I went to the Bahamas last summer, I found a tea house, and they do moringa tea because moringa naturally grows in the Bahamas.
And
They
I
have
had
a
some
moringa
in
tree.
Africa when I was in Ghana. Go ahead.
Yes,
Okay.
they grow. It grows on the tree, but they have a tea house that they get the moringa from, and they make tea bags with it,
Mm,
and they'll
okay.
send it. They ship all over, so you can order from there. When I find it, I'll send it to you.
Okay. Now, what happens when people sign up for the website for $9? What do they get?
They get full access to whatever I post and recipes. Now, if they want a consultation, I'll talk to them for free for 15 minutes, and then we can go in depth with a paid consultation. And I base that price based on the need of the person.
Hmm. Okay. So I put that in the chat, family. His link. Let's see. What's the best spring water? Oh, she said, this
That's a good
person,
question.
what's the best spring water if they telling us that water in plastic is bad for us? Hmm.
Yeah. Well, this is where
My
you got to
grandson
make.
just he's drinking out of a plastic bottle. He said he just heard us.
That's funny.
Say hi, Robin.
Hey,
Hi.
hey, buddy.
Hi.
Hey, you're real smart. I like listening to you, man.
Thank you.
Keep going.
Yes, sir.
He,
Yes, sir.
this little guy knows about cryptocurrency and foreign currency and stuff like that. He's super smart.
Silver and gold. She does too. Come here, Chair. Say hi right quick. One day we were out at a restaurant and I told them to y'all occupy yourselves while I look over the menu. They were sitting up here drawing flags
Hey,
flags with all of the bricks participant. I was like, what are y'all doing? Oh, we're just making
wow.
the bricks flags.
They're very smart. Keep doing what you're doing, Dr. Kia.
Thank
Grown
you.
folk don't even know that information.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. All
Beautiful
right. That's it.
grandchildren.
Thank you. So
But
what were we
yeah,
saying?
about the
Oh, bottled
you asked
water.
about the bottled water.
Yes, sir.
So this is where
Make me some
we
tea.
need to learn balance, because
Okay. Make me
it's
some tea.
one thing to be it's one thing to be radical, and then it's another thing to be so radical to the point where you just like you're extreme, you're an extremist. That doesn't make any sense. Because of where we are, we're in America. We have to do the best we can with what we have available.
Yes, I agree.
So water in a plastic bottle is better than you drinking soda. So I know plastic is not good. So you look at the plastic bottle and make sure it says on there BPA free.
BPA? B or B?
BPA.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Bless you.
BPA free, which means it does not have the chemicals that emit into the water.
B as in Barry or V as in violin?
No, B is in berry.
Okay. Okay.
B like berry, Paul, apple.
Okay.
BPA free.
BPA.
So if it's a plastic bottle, it'll have that, and it'll have like a recyclable symbol on there.
Oh.
And it'll say BPA free underneath, or eco friendly, or something like that. You drink that, and you want spring water that is just spring water. Spring water should not have ingredients. If it says electrolytes added or minerals added, no.
Okay.
Water doesn't have ingredients. It's just water.
Mm.
So the brands that I've drank and I recommend the most, I think, are Fiji, Fiji
Fiji,
water, Fiji,
Fiji. Okay,
Fiji water,
okay.
Essentia. It
It's
has a high pH, which is alkaline.
okay. I'm writing
Essentia
this
water is
down.
pretty good.
Okay.
And there's another one called Eternity Water. Eternity Water is really good.
Mm. Wait, what did I have? Okay.
And even better, take your step further. If you're really that concerned about, yes,
Okay.
if you're really that concerned about the plastic, get I think it's called Mountain Valley Spring Water. It's in a green glass bottle.
Oh,
Now I'm gonna put you on game because that is the spring water that is available in the White House. Mountain Valley Spring Water. That's what they drink in the White House.
Mountain Valley. Okay. Mountain Valley spring water. Okay.
Yeah, it's in a
I'm just
green
writing this
glass
down, putting it
bottle.
in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
It's a green glass bottle, so the glass is better. Of course, that's the best thing you can do. And another one that comes in a glass bottle is called Aqua Pana. It's an Italian.
Mm.
That and Saratoga. Those are probably the best spring waters that come in glass bottles. Saratoga, Aqua Pana, and Mountain Valley are 3 glass bottled spring waters that are good
Okay.
quality. That's if you just have to have glass, use that.
Glass spring.
And all those you can find at Whole Foods.
Oh, all at Whole Foods. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay for people to put certain filters on their tap water?
There are some really good ones, but the really good ones are really expensive. What you can do to filter your own water is get you some charcoal tablets.
Mm.
Filter your water that way, and then get a strainer.
Okay.
Charcoal tablets filter your water. They get impurities out.
Somebody asked, well, what about Sister Malta? What about the zero
water filters? I understand I don't know much about them, but I understand they're much better than the Brita. The Brita is not really that good, but zero water filters, I understand, take out a whole lot more of the impurities.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I want you to get all your
copper is very good too. If you get copper, you get yourself a copper bottle, like a reusable water bottle made of copper. You can get that on Amazon, and then go to Whole Foods and get the reverse osmosis water, which is the oxygenated water from the machine, and fill your bottle up with that.
And fill your copper.
Copper is extremely good. Thank you for bringing up whoever posted that.
Let's see. Okay, I want to get to more questions, but I need to make sure you get out to all your thoughts.
No. It's
are you okay? I mean,
yes. I have a couple more points I was going to bring up, and then we can go right into questions.
Okay.
So, and I'll just go through them real quickly.
Take your time.
People can play the video back.
Okay. And before he finishes with that, family, if you're enjoying this, excuse me, please. If you are enjoying this chat, please donate to his work. You can do that by sending a cash app to $POLARISACE, Polaris, right? I don't know. Okay, I've been having a hard time saying that. Also, you can go ahead to his school website, because on the school website, when you become a member, you subscribe, it's less than $10, only $9. You can communicate with him there, sign up for a consultation. You can participate in different polls that he does. He lists or posts there in the community section where you can shop from, and all his thoughts. Then he has a classroom area that he's developing. He has calendar area he's developing, all type of things. And when you contact him for a consultation, thank you, sweetheart, he can also put together a menu for you.
I'll
And he has
personalize it.
catering services. Go ahead, Chef.
No, I was just saying I'll personalize a menu for them, based on what the needs of the person is.
Okay.
I did one for my brother-in-law. He's
Second.
he's a recovering diabetic, and he's trying to eat more food. So I made a whole menu for him. So yeah, I can definitely do that for people. And sometimes people just need a blueprint. You can start with me, and once you learn how to do it yourself, you don't need me no more. I'm just here to be a coach. I'm not here to try to get rich off of people and get them to keep subscribing to me to tell them the same thing over and over. I want to help you get there, and then you figure out how to do it yourself. You don't need me no more. We can celebrate together.
I love that. But what if somebody says, "Look, Chef, I have money in my budget. I need a coach that keeps me accountable. I'd like to hire you on for that."
I can do that too.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd like to hire you on for that service. And what if somebody says, "I would like to hire you on for some type of chef"? I don't know, events.
I do that.
Okay.
Catering is one of my strong suits. That's what I do a lot of. So we do that. We travel, whatever.
What about cooking classes?
Definitely do cooking classes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And I don't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to.
No. This is all good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I appreciate any donations you guys give. It all goes towards keeping the site up and spreading more knowledge. So thank you for any donations.
You're more
So the next point I want to bring up is about minerals. Minerals are the real superpower. Most people aren't under caloric, they're under mineralized. Magnesium, potassium, zinc, iodine, and iron drive nerve signaling and energy. Minerals regulate electrical communication in the body. A mineral-rich body handles stress better, sleeps deeper, and recovers faster. Soil-depleted diets, or ways of eating, create anxious, fatigued humans. So minerals stabilize your nervous system, and the stability is the power. So with all of that in mind, you want to eat more things that come from the ground, more things that come from trees, because that's where you're getting the minerals from. You don't get minerals from prepackaged, foods, because they have to put something in there that's going to make up for what's missing. So that's why we try not to eat a whole lot of prepackaged goods. If it is, let it be something that's like natural, like your dried legumes or something like that. And then I would soak them in spring water, and then before you cook them, so they're more easily digestible. I want to talk about blood sugar stability equals emotional mastery. Mood swings are often blood sugar cravings, or blood sugar swings, rather.
Wow.
Plant-based whole foods create steady glucose curves. Refined foods hijack dopamine and cortisol, which that's the thing that causes you to gain a lot of weight. If emotional regulation is biochemical before psychological. Master your blood sugar and master your reactions. Spiritual discipline starts with metabolic discipline. So this is why I have a problem with a lot of people in the so-called Christian church, because a lot of them claim to be so spiritually disciplined, and they're not, because they don't have any metabolic discipline. They can't even go on fast. There's just so many churches right now, since the new year began, are starting the Daniel fast. They're doing the Daniel fast for like the next 30 days or whatever, or for the whole month of January. It's funny. People post stuff on Facebook. I saw this guy. He was talking to the pastor. Said, y'all go ahead and go on a Daniel fast. I need my chicken. And I'm like, come on, man. So you can't say that you're spiritually disciplined and you don't have any discipline about your eating habits. It's like these, people that call themselves spiritual gurus or prophets or whatever. You tell me you're a prophet, you're overweight, and you eat whatever. You're the first person to go to Golden Corral.
Yeah.
You asking the church money to make you sweet potato pies and stuff. You're not disciplined. How are you hearing from spirit when you have no discipline in your diet?
I've seen pastors that don't fast or struggle with fasting. They'll tell the church leaders, yeah, y'all go ahead and fast, but I'm not able to fast. I'll be like,
wow.
That's for y'all to do. I'll be like,
that's deep. You're not able to fast. How are you going to be in tune with spirit? And honestly, this is not just to talk about pastors or Christians, whatever. Just for your body's sake, your body needs a break. Dr. Sebi used to say all the time. He said, if your body is struggling with disease, give your body a break and stop eating. Fast. Because fasting causes your body to repair itself. If you can't stop eating, not only do you not have discipline, but more than likely you have a lot of parasites that are telling you what to eat.
Wait, the parasite can control your body?
Oh, absolutely.
Whoa.
Parasites control the brain. Parasites cause you to eat things that you think you're craving and you're not. It's just they're feeding off of what your body already has in it, so they're telling you to eat more of it. So if you eat a whole lot of cheese doodles and tasty cakes and stuff like that, you have parasites because when you all of a sudden you drive by 7-Eleven, you start going into conniption fits because you like, oh my God, I just need me a soda, a Dr. Pepper, and a tasty cake or something. You got parasites. It's causing you to make decisions based on something that your body does not need, but it's craving. Parasites speak to your brain. To your brain, tell your brain what that's another thing that causes a lot of Alzheimer's, parasites in the brain. So the next step would be after you go to the doctor, after you do a cleanse. Yes, it is, sister. Whoever said that HIV is parasites, so is herpes.
Nuh-uh.
It's parasites. Yes.
I never heard this before.
You go listen to Dr. Yaki Awaken. He'll tell you herpes is parasites.
Whoa.
Yes.
But they said it's a sexually transmitted disease.
I wonder why. Parasites.
So you know what you've mentioned
it's
the last
traveling. Think about this. Now, I'm gonna be nasty for a second.
Okay. If
a homosexual couple is having intercourse through the rectal area, that's two portals that are open. Your rectum is where you defecate. And your defecation, most of the time, is where your parasites dwell. So if the male reproductive organ is going into the rectal area, the parasites get to travel through the male reproductive organ, causing the disease. They have no business going in that direction. So the parasites are going in an entryway that they shouldn't be going into, because when you defecate, you're supposed to get rid of them through your bowel movement. But if the real male reproductive organ is going into an area that's supposed to eliminate, that's an exit, not an entry, you're opening the door for your body to receive parasites. And if you continue in the action, you're receiving the parasites and you're passing them back along.
And it's not just homosexual sex. Some men prefer and ask for anal sex. I've heard
you talked about that the other day.
Yeah.
About how how with the whole aspect of the circumcision.
Circumcision.
Yes, and
But
it
what I said
causes
was
men to want to go into a tighter entry area,
when
and
they
that's another thing that causes parasites.
when they removed that part in the circumcision, what they call that
The
part
foreskin.
was the foreskin.
Yes.
Now the man doesn't have the same sensation. He becomes
Yes.
he becomes what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word, but
Desensitized.
desensitized. Thank you. So now he needs some extra friction or something. He's
Yes.
desensitized to the touch of a woman's vagina.
Yes.
So he's banging. That's where you get men banging,
Yep.
trying to receive pleasure.
Yeah.
Because that they've been desensitized,
They can't
or
feel
they
anything.
look for a tighter hole. And this is
That's
something
it.
that the colonizer did to us.
Yes.
So now they're looking for, and I don't have a problem with a virgin if you marry a virgin, but they're looking for younger girls
Yes.
or another male behind, or
Yes.
an animal's behind.
Yes.
Sickness.
It is a sickness, and so everything has consequence. So if you do things that's against the blueprint, then the consequence of that is allowing disease to enter your body that was never meant to be. So yes, HIV is definitely a parasitic infection.
Mm.
Herpes as well.
Mm. Mm. This is good teaching. Thank you all as well for adding to the conversation, because I had no idea.
Yep.
What are you saying? Dr. B. Sirius has spoken on and written about a book about the parasites.
Yes, Dr. B. Sirius is a good resource. He's done a lot of research. He's been doing this for years too. I'm nowhere near where he is, but yes, go check out Dr. B. Sirius and Dr. Yaki Awaken.
Okay.
He is an excellent source for knowledge on the melanated body.
You gave us some other people last time we were talking. This guy,
Dr. Bobby Price, has the fruit farm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Bobby, I'm gonna look him up.
Yes.
Since you told me about him, now I'm recommended. His videos are recommended me.
Oh yeah.
YouTube.
Yes. Yes. I got 2 more points, and I'm gonna take some questions.
Okay, sounds great.
All right. So plants carry light, literally. Plants store sunlight, and we absorb the light when we eat them.
Mm-hmm.
Key talking points about that is we were talking about chlorophyll before. It comes from the sunlight. Chlorophyll is structurally similar to hemoglobin in the blood. Eating greens increases oxygen delivery and cellular efficiency. Sun-fed plants pass photonic energy into the human system, and this is why fresh foods feel alive. You're eating sunlight made tangible. Now, if you want a good source for this, go check out Dr. Aris Latham. He's an excellent. Now, this man, I look up to him because he's been plant-based for the last 50 years, I think. 49 or 50 years. He's from Panama, and matter of fact, he runs a retreat every year where he teaches people about eating raw. He talks about his philosophy is foods that are cooked by the sun.
Wait a minute, I clicked on his video and it started talking. Can you say that again?
Yeah, his philosophy is eating foods that are cooked by the sun.
Oh,
yes.
That was going to be my question. What do you do if you're raw and you don't want to eat cooked foods? Okay.
No, he said it's cooked by the sun because it comes out the way it's supposed to be consumed.
Oh my!
This man, when I tell you he's a genius, he has so much information. He's definitely somebody to follow because he talks about staying away from the starches and the eating water-rich foods and fruits. He has not drank water in 40 years. He gets his water from the water-rich fruits and vegetables, and he drinks coconut water. This man is 70. He's 78 years old. He can climb the tree for the coconut and go up there and grab it, knock it down, and 78 years old, climbing trees. Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
I've been thinking about going to Panama. This is confirmation. I'm gonna take
God,
yes.
no.
I hear you. I'm going.
Yeah, go and take his classes. I'm gonna be following right in your footsteps. I'm going to his class too.
Let's go. I'm going.
Yes, I've been watching him for the last 5 or 6 years, and when I tell you, he is a wealth of knowledge. And you know, I'm saying names of other people that have a whole lot more information than me. See, I'm not trying to act like I'm the guru that knows everything. I'm telling you where I've been and the journey I've been on, and people that I've listened to that
you're
know
our
more
resident
than I
guru. You're the Soul Tribe family guru.
I'm honored.
Chef.
I'm
the
honored,
resident chef.
Dr. Kia. I'll take that. I appreciate the love, but I'm sharing people with you that have helped me. So I want to give you all the same resource. I'm not no gatekeeper. I'm just saying, well, you know, I'm just tell you to get it from me. No, I don't know it all. But I'm going to tell you people that know better than I do and have more resources and knowledge that I'm going to tell you are very good to listen to.
Can we do this? Since we're many of us here are going to sign up for your website, would you consider taking our email addresses that sign up to your school website and put us on a waiting list for your menu, your book, your recipe?
Absolutely.
Book? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's
Sure
join.
will.
Let's join his Plant Powered Pantry Society. As he's on school, it's $9 a month. I think that's great. I mean, for already since I've joined, I'm being completely honest. You can tell, like, people saw me yesterday. They're like, "What are you doing? You're acting crazy. Like you're shaking your hair and you're all jumping up and down." Like I was just feeling. I've been feeling so good just by being a member. So be a member, family. Allow him to educate us, give us some recipes for our personal lifestyle. Like we got our personal chef, family.
I'm at your disposal. So use me.
Yeah, so I'm going to put your school link in the website. Go ahead and sign up. Then he can put us on the waiting list for his book. And those of us that want to donate to push this book out, I'm going to send a donation. In fact, let me see. I'm going to send it right now. Hold on. What is it? I'm sorry, fam. Hold on. What is
Polaris Ace?
What does that mean? Because I don't know why I have a hard time.
There's a North Star called Polaris, and that's what I was in a fraternity, and Polaris was my line name. Okay. Because I was the ace of my line, which means I was the first guy, and they called me Polaris because I'm always giving out information and direction. So Polaris is the North Star that points everybody to the right direction.
That was in your younger days. Some people here, they're like, no pledging, but that was
no, I don't pledge. No, it was a few years ago, but it wasn't a Divine Nine fraternity. It was actually a Christian-based fraternity that's just about doing community stuff. Okay. Yeah. Wait, yeah, so I'm not a supporter of Divine Nine fraternities and people who are, no slack on you, but I don't subscribe to that because I didn't have to do for this particular fraternity I was in. I didn't have to do any kind of initiation. It was all knowledge based, and we had to study and know some stuff about doing community work, and that's how we got in, and we paid some dues. So that was it. I ain't had to go slap nobody and go strip naked and walk through a park and all that kind of food.
And sleep with all the girls in the church.
No, I'm not doing none of that.
Okay, so I'm gonna start off we used to have a giving line in church.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
So Saints, I'm gonna start off with $20. I get paid on Friday. I'm a little low right now, so I'm gonna start off with you. Who gonna match me? $20?
Oh my God, you're so funny, Dr. Kia.
If y'all grew up in church, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, they said, listen, I'm gonna start this offering off with such and such. I need about 10 people to follow me with. Now we got the lines where they telling you to shut the doors. There ain't nobody leaving until everybody give.
And they got the ATM machine in the back.
Yeah, in the back. Oh my God. They
getting sophisticated. Not even like, here's our Cash App.
Yeah, Cash App the church. You can sit there and get, if you're watching it on YouTube, you can give it to us on YouTube. It's so funny now. These things have changed.
I'm gonna start off with 20, and I'll get more. I'm get paid in a couple of days. I think I get paid again tonight. So I'm gonna
I
send it to
appreciate you, Dr. Kia.
donation. You're welcome. Come on, family. I'm starting off with 20. Because listen, this is resetting my year. It's not about, I didn't even do a New Year's resolution, which I normally do. But after you talked to the group last week, he was in our private group speaking. And I want you to speak to how you talked about be careful who you eat with. I don't know,
Absolutely.
something just snapped in me when you said this is a spiritual eating is spiritual. Watch who
Yes, it
you
is.
eat with. Watch who you sit
Yes,
across the table with. I don't know, something just snapped in me. Can you speak to that while I send this
absolutely.
donation? And whoever want to follow
Well,
me, go ahead, family.
so it's. I'm glad you brought that up because that ties into my last point, which is
Okay.
intentional eating is a form of prayer. How
Mm,
you eat is as important as what you eat. So
mm,
eating in stress blocks nutrient absorption. So people eat emotionally. If they're feeling bad, they just went through a breakup, they want to go to a buffet because they're feeling bad. That's the worst time in the world to eat.
mm.
Gratitude activates the parasympathetic nervous system. This is why I told you about why we give thanks for our food. It's
Yes.
gratitude. Gratitude activates the parasympathetic nervous system. Mindful eating improves digestion and hormonal balance. Food consumed with intention integrates more deeply. Presence turns nourishment into activation. So that's why when I mentioned last week about food creates a spirit,
Food creates a spirit.
food creates a spirit.
I'll write that down. Okay.
So if you're eating a bunch of low vibration foods, watch the actions of the people after they get full. Somebody's
Mm.
going to break out into an argument. Somebody's going to be real petty about something. Somebody's going to be in the corner asleep. Somebody's going to feel very sexual because low vibration foods bring out low vibrational behavior.
Well, what about me when I ate those seeded watermelons? I felt very sexual, but I ain't had nobody to work it out on. And I was
Dr.
like,
Kia,
somebody, mamas, y'all better hide your
let me
sons,
tell you something.
cause
Dr. Kia, Dr. Kia, I want you to know something. If you weren't doing what you're doing now, you could be a stand-up comedian. You are hilarious. You are absolutely hilarious.
I was literally like, y'all hide your sons. You know what I'm saying? Cause yeah, I felt like I
So,
was swimming in
okay,
my own river.
I'm gonna speak to that. I'm gonna speak to that because there's a
Okay.
difference. There's a difference in the vibrational frequency of feeling sexual and feeling lustful.
Okay. Okay.
So, and that's why I should have said with the low vibrational food, there's people that become lustful.
Okay.
Feeling sexual is a healthy thing. That's beautiful because that's
Thank
something
God.
that the Most High gave us.
Okay.
It's part of our human nature. But when you feel lustful, lustful is a different vibration because it causes you to want something that goes against the blueprint of how sex was intended.
Mm,
Meaning, you could want something that's outside of your relationship.
mm,
You can want something that goes against the blueprint of what the Most High intended as far as sexual relations is concerned, or you can want something that's very perverted. That's what low vibration does. Low vibrational foods cause you to be that way. So yes,
mm.
food creates a spirit in that way, and that's why I say you should be very careful of who you eat with because if you're talking to a low vibration person and they want to eat low vibration foods, pretty soon if you eat communally with them, you're going to become low vibrational
Mm,
because you
that's
take on the
deep.
spirit of your community. This is why they always
Calm.
call it community, commune together. This is why they always have like when the church used to have fellowship banquets, fellowship. They sit
Mm,
there and they talk and they eat with each other, and they all on the same vibration. But if you
right.
eat with people of high vibrational frequencies, they don't want to eat that low stuff. the low vibrational food. They want to eat food that's going to not only satiate them, but that's going to cause them to be energized. That's going to cause their body to function right. It's going to cause their nutrients to be absorbed, and they're going to feel like, when you eat on a higher vibration, it increases your psychic ability, it increases your intuition. You're able to discern things around you. That's like I don't know if any of you have followed some of the Dr. Sabi's older videos, but Lisa Left Eye Lopez,
Yes.
the
They
girl
were
from
asking about what you
TLC.
felt about Dr. Sabi. Okay. Yes, sir.
Oh, Dr. Sabi had a lot of information. He was the truth. But Lisa Left Eye Lopez, before she passed away, she went to Dr. Sabi and did a 40-day sea moss fast.
Ooh.
And she talked about how it raised her vibration to the point where she wasn't violent no more. It increased her intuition. She said she was, at the end of her fast, she would be at her apartment and somebody would knock on her door. She knew who was at the door already.
That's deep.
Yeah. Now, prior to her going on this fast, what was she doing? She was burning down her boyfriend's house and stuff like that. She was on low vibrational frequency.
Listen, I've been with a couple. When my husband passed, I've been with at least 1 or 2 hours. Like, I'm gonna slice some tires. Yeah. Listen. I was like lurking in bushes one time.
Oh my God, Dr. Key.
I don't know. You bring it out. I was like literally lurking in the bushes.
You are hilarious. Oh my God. When is your birthday?
October 1st.
Oh, you're a Libra. That's okay. That's so hilarious.
What's going on here? You know what I'm saying? Okay,
see,
let me.
But you're not in that vibration no more, Doctor.
No. I'm
and guess what? So since vibrational frequency attracts, people of its own kind, you're not going to attract that no more either.
It was me. It wasn't even, I can't even say it was nobody. It was me. Listen, it was me.
Yeah.
If you, let me be quiet. If you've been without for a time, and there's a brother that's got it together, and then he know what he's doing, and then, can you speak to that? Let's speak to that. Honestly, most women, in America, and probably just most women. 80 to 85% of women don't have orgasms.
It's true.
Is that a diet thing, or is that just a biological, natural thing?
It's both.
Okay.
It's both, because when your body's vibrating at a higher level, you are more prone to your body releasing itself. It's the chemical reaction you have. Also, it's the chemical reaction you have to the person that you're with. So if there is no divine connection there and no spiritual frequency going on in the lovemaking, and it's just you just trying to get your rocks off, you're not gonna have no orgasm. You just gonna.
And I know a lot of women, even like the women in my family, the younger women that I talk to, they're like, some women are like, especially if women, we went through a whole phase in my family where some of the women experimented with other women. They were like, once you're intimate with other women, trying to be intimate with a man is difficult because
very hard.
Men don't really necessarily aren't taught to please a woman, and the woman may not know how to receive from them. I don't even know what it is, spiritually or psychologically, but this is a problem. I'm serious. This is a problem because you have a lot of men that are doing pornography. You have a lot of men that have been so exposed to different sex, they don't even get that interested in their wives. And then you have women through menopause, and the marriages are falling apart all around me, Chef.
Yes, and it's true.
As a counselor and a coach, spiritual advisor, what do you do with all the stuff that we've been inundated with, all the poisonous food, pornography, men been circumcised, emotional disconnection between the women and men? What are we supposed to do with all this?
We got to go back to basics. No. This is good conversation because it needs to be talked about. We got to go back to basics, honestly.
Okay.
You know, the basics are, and I'm not trying to offend nobody. If you are a same gender loving person, this is not a shot at you.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about what I know to work. The Most High established a blueprint for things to work how they're supposed to work, and man is the only species that goes against the blueprint. If you look at the animal kingdom,
Okay. Yeah.
lions mate with lionesses.
Mm-hmm.
Bears mate with other bears. They you know what I'm saying? They mate with their own kind, and they mate. It's natural for a male dog to go up and start climbing on the back of a female dog.
When the
It's
females
a
aren't
natural.
around, he will hunt you on your leg now.
He will hunt you on your legs. He's looking for something, but he realized ain't nothing there. He get off.
That's true. That's
So
true.
you got to understand there's a blueprint that's already been established. And sadly enough, yes, whoever put that is in the food, you're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
The chemicals and the stuff that's in the food has interrupted and disrupted our vibrational frequency. So it's got us thinking on ways that it's not meant for us to think on.
Mm.
You know, and it's really sad because we're not we've been robbed of our privilege of living our best lives because of all this misinformation, all the chemicals that's put into the food, and how we've been indoctrinated as a society. You know, if we go back to grandmom and grandpa,
Mm-hmm.
This is a simple concept. People will talk about, oh, well, girl, you need to go to Victoria's Secret and get you some sexy lingerie. Grandma was in a house coat
A
when grandpa
moo-moo.
got home.
A
A moo-moo.
moo-moo.
And guess how many kids she had?
12.
Come on now.
16.
Come on. So it ain't the lingerie. It's what she was offering and what grandpa was offering. They were on such a level of harmonious unity that it didn't take away anything for her to fix his plate when he got home from a hard day's work, because he provided the home, he provided the house, she created the home.
This is what grandma wore. She wore something
grandma
simple.
had on. She had that on, the house
Simple.
coat, house shoes, and she had a scarf on
House
her
shoes,
head.
house,
But somehow grandpa was attracted to that, and he kept coming home to that. So don't tell me nothing about no Victoria's Secret. If you have your the couple that is sticking to the blueprint and doing what they are naturally made to do and spiritually designed to do, it's going to work how it's supposed to work. But we too busy listening to society and to the colonizer that tells you, oh no, well, you got to go out and do this, and you got to do this to please your man, and both of y'all should watch some pornography together. And no, that creates lust on a whole different level, and it's nothing real about that. It's a whole different level, and there's nothing real about it. There's nothing real about pornographic sex. It's staged. And most people, if you watch a documentary, it's a documentary, I think, on Netflix. It says it's something to the effect of when porn ends or something like that. Mm-hmm. It's talking about all these former porn stars that used to be in the industry, and their life is at such a struggle now with emotional intelligence, because they don't know how to have regular relationships. They talk about how even one of the top stars, she was a top star back in the 90s. Her name is Jenna Jameson. She said after she got out of the industry, she ended up getting married, and she does not like having sex with her husband.
Oh, that's so sad.
She gives it to him because she feels like it's her wifely duty. But she says when they do, she wants all the lights turned off. She don't want no lights on. She wants it just done, get it over with, and that's it. You're absolutely right. They have sold their souls, most of them.
And can I tell you something that a lot of people don't know is many of those women that are in the sex industry are trafficked women,
Yes, they
trafficked
are.
women and trafficked girls, and or young girls that started off in the modeling industry.
Come
It
on.
looks like it's totally harmless. You know, oh, it's
You
my
know why it looks like they're harmless? Because
why
most
is
of them
that?
have beautiful faces and beautiful bodies.
Mm,
You know, you say, "Oh, well, no, this girl ain't trafficked. She's pretty." You know, they probably got her from an agency or something like. No, no, she's been trafficked. And on top of that, Dr. Kia, most of them don't come from homes that had a stable father.
please speak on that. Speak on that.
You can say what you want about, the mother that's a single mother and say, "Well, I'm the mommy and your daddy." No, you're not. You never will be. If a,
No,
if
sir.
a if children have both parents in the home, they're more susceptible to having stability
Mm-hmm.
in the home. And the daughters who are raised by a father that's present will understand better how they should be treated by men. Because that's the first man that you love is your father. Especially if he's present and he's doing right. He's showing you how you're supposed to be provided for. He's showing you how a man's supposed to treat you with respect. He's showing you how you should expect nothing less than that. That's how I teach my daughters.
Mm-hmm.
So most girls like that look for validation outside of where they grew up because they didn't have no father in their life to tell them that you're beautiful. You don't need to sell yourself short. You don't
Mm-hmm.
need to go. You don't need to have sex on a camera to
Mm-hmm.
be, to feel beautiful, to feel sexy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you're right. It does depend on the parents. It
And
depends largely on the parents. But the parents have to work together if you want to raise a more successful generation, you have to work together. You got to stop being in competition.
and let me tell you something, Chef. So
Hmm.
I speak to this about the importance of a father.
Yes.
I've been cheated. I was married at 18. We were young.
Yes.
We made mistakes. My husband made mistakes. He stepped out, but he was young. He was 20. You
Hmm.
know, we got into arguments that escalated.
Sure.
You know, my mother-in-law had to come and break up, stand between us from fighting. We throwing flour and stuff at each other because I'm mad and all this.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, my children still needed their father. And I keep hearing women say, "Oh,
Absolutely.
what about men that cheat? What about men?" It doesn't matter to the child.
That don't have nothing to do with the child. That's
Nothing.
you and his relationship.
And
Y'all
I
need to fix that.
and my husband and I, when we got our minds right and we came back together, and the kids, it wasn't even my children, it was the children around that was like, "Well, how could y'all get back together with all y'all been through?" We said, "Mind your business, stay in the child's place.
That part. That part.
Stay in the child's place. This is what's
Yes.
in the best interest of our children."
That. Yes.
And let
Yes.
me tell you something. When you break up, this is my my
Hmm.
personal story. You break up, divorce, separate, or whatever. You go out there and you find out that you're gonna deal with that or more.
Absolutely.
Love the one you
Absolutely.
with. Love the one you
Come on,
with.
Dr. Kids.
Love
Isaac
the one.
Brothers.
You know
Yes.
what I'm saying?
Now, you know what, Dr. Kid, I can be very transparent and say I'm a person that has gone through that. Like, I mean, not to that extent, but
Yeah.
I'm a recently divorced
I'm
person.
sorry. I'm sorry.
And it's okay because me and my ex-wife are good friends now.
I'm so happy
And
to hear that.
we're good
Okay.
friends. However, this is the thing that I did leading up to our divorce because we were separated maybe 3 4 years prior to that. We never told our children.
Mm,
And that's one of the mistakes that many parents make. They involve their children too much in grown folks' relationships.
that part.
Children don't have no business knowing what's going on between y'all. That's your marriage. That's your relationship. They only should know how you're taking care of them.
That's it.
Now, in order for me to be a very present father, I didn't talk bad about my ex-wife to my daughters and my son. I have one son, four daughters. And I never badmouth my ex-wife to them, say, yeah, well, your mother this and your mother that. No,
Mhm.
no. And guess what? If she called me and said, there's somebody not listening or what, I'm like, listen, your mother tell you do something, you do it.
I know that's
That's your
right.
mother. We don't play that around here.
Mhm, mhm.
Now, we got divorced on our own issues that we had, but we also agreed that because of our children, we're going to remain a family. and
I love that.
and that we're and I congratulate her. She's getting ready to get married again. Wonderful. She found happiness. I'm happy for her.
That's
But
great.
I'm still very present in my children's lives.
Mhm.
And I had to reassure them when we finally did tell them that we were getting a divorce. I'm like,
Mhm.
there's nothing changed about our parental perspective here.
Mhm.
If your mother tells you something and I know it's right, I'm going to tell you, you better listen to your mother. You don't get
Mhm.
away with saying because we're not together, well, you're not going to play me against her. You're not going to play her against me. That's still your mother. I'm still your father. And you have to separate the line between where your children play a role into your marital relationships. Stop involving your children. Stop treating your household as if it's a reality show and
Mhm.
acting like it's okay for your children to hear y'all argue and hear y'all conversations and stuff like that. My parents got into it. I would go outside and play. I wasn't even allowed to be in the house.
Right, right.
Go downstairs or something. No, you couldn't comment. You couldn't say nothing. You couldn't act like you was overhearing. No, you stay in the child's place. That's the problem now because our children are exposed to too many adult issues before time. They don't
Mm.
even develop their full frontal lobe before they're 26.
Come
So
on.
why are you giving them adult issues to deal with before
Mm.
it's time, before they even matured enough to deal with that kind of stuff?
Mm. And we don't understand. I don't know what has happened to the women classified as black women that we grow up hearing. I did when I was with my mom and all the single mothers. My mom was a great mother. Like she's
Hmm.
disciplined. We started off in the Nation of Islam, speaking of Muslims being disciplined. And then
Yes.
when I left and, I guess I got older, we became Pentecostal. But
Okay.
I grew up with discipline. So,
Yes.
but still, all these single women, niggas ain't, it's SH, niggas, men
Yeah.
ain't this. I can
Yep.
do bad by myself. I'm this. But
Yep.
so I saw this over here. Then when I stayed with my grandparents, my father, the one who was ain't Negro ninja,
Hmm.
ain't
Yep.
he might have had his issues, but his parents were married and intact and had 10 living children, uh,
Yes.
family businesses, love. And so I was like, I'm looking at my grandma. She's elegant. She's sweet. I never heard her cuss, never heard her raise her voice ever. She
Hmm.
raised me when my
Yep.
mom couldn't take us anymore. So I'm like, how did the women get from grandma loving her husband, kissing him in the morning? You know what I'm saying? Calling him daddy. I called my husband daddy.
Hmm.
Just adoring him, ironing for him, cooking for him. That's how I did. I
Yes.
ironed my husband's underwear and his t-shirt because that's what I saw grandma do. His
Hmm.
handkerchief, had his clothes cleaned and sewed his,
Yep.
that's what woke up in the morning before he woke up. Make sure everybody had food, cook sometime on Sunday for Thursday up until Thursday or Friday. So
Hmm.
how did we go from watching grandma do this to ninjas ain't ish? And I can't
Yes.
stand a ninja and I can do
It's
bad by
true.
myself. Well, how do we what? And it's in our community. I don't hear anybody talking about their men like that.
Nope.
What's going on?
It's something to say to that because it says a lot about the strength of the matriarchs of our families. Because
Mm,
grandma was strong, and sometimes she knew grandpa was stepping out and doing stuff he had no business. You never heard her talk about that because she kept the peace in her house stable,
I never heard of it. They be like, oh, when
and you won't.
Uncle Charlie had a baby down the street. I never heard nothing about granddaddy
Nope.
ever.
Yep.
Or the men in the church back, or the men in my community ever.
Yeah. Because they didn't talk about that because you know why? Not
No.
only would it break down their household, it would bring reproach and slander onto their name, their family name.
The
So they knew
family.
what not to say. Well, everything is not to be publicly discussed.
Yes, sir.
They've been having issues. They didn't just start having issues just now. They've been having issues since time immemorial. But people knew how to handle stuff. They knew how to keep silent about things that weren't supposed to be publicly mentioned. And that's something that we've lost now because everything is exposed. Everything is on social media. People posting their dirty laundry on Facebook. People, I mean, I'm really tired. That's why have times during the year where I just take a break from social media. I shut down the page and I don't go on it for a good 6 to 8 months or so because it's just unhealthy. You don't. It's no reason for you to have to put your dirty laundry on social media. First of all, nobody cares. That's first.
That's
Second of all, why do you think everybody needs to know something about what's going on in your life and your personal family business? My mom used to teach me everybody's business is nobody's business.
Mm.
I'm gonna make that a t-shirt. Everybody's business is nobody's business.
I love that.
Yeah, because and all of this, somebody may say, well, we're kind of veering off the subject. No, we're not. Because all of this ties into how you eat vibrationally and on a higher frequency and eating to increase your superpowers as a human. If you're eating bad, you're going to make bad decisions. You're not going to have intuition to make good decisions. You're not going to have wisdom. You're going to surround yourself around that bad energy, and you're going to cause yourself to be spiraling downward into a place of low vibration. So it starts with what you eat, what you take in.
I agree.
The master teacher said it himself. It's not what goes into a man defiles him, it's what comes out. But what comes out is a result of what you put in there. So if your mentality is screwed up, if your thinking is screwed up, you got stinking thinking. I saw somebody post up there, this is common sense. Well, unfortunately, common sense ain't really that common. If all of that is messed up, it's because you are on a low vibrational frequency and you need to figure out how to raise your vibration by the things that you eat and the things you consume, whether that be food, whether that be music, whether that be TV content, whether you watching pornography, everything is to be taken into consideration.
Yes, sir. Somebody said, my love and respect are to you, brother and sister. Thank you so much, Brother Corey.
Thank you. Gratitude.
Thank you. Gratitude. So, yeah, we were just talking about, and I'll get to some questions, family. I apologize. I don't know how we got on it, but the importance of a father and a man in children's lives is so significant. As a matter of fact, I was looking at statistics because I have somebody in my family that's separated, that may be going through a divorce, and the woman is fighting to keep the children, but she's not, at the point where she's really able to. And so I was telling the male, I was like, historically they just gave children to the mother. I said, but the statistics, they're staggering. They say that, and I'm not trying to start any trouble, that when a couple is divorced, children actually do better with the father.
Yes.
With
a lot of times.
Discipline,
structure,
and structure. Yep. And they say, and with education. This is statistics. And now emotionally, I don't know how you even, test that. They say emotionally children do better if they're with their mom, especially if they're young. But when it comes to education, discipline, and structure, they do better in a lot of cases with the father. So if we know that these are statistics, and we know that children that grow up in broken homes typically are the ones that do the most of the violence and the crime, why don't we just do the best we can to either stay together, and if that's not something you can do, keep the family together at all costs. Even if you're divorced, you still let the other person know, I am still the father or the mother. Will you tell your spouse that, and then the person that comes in their life have to get on board too.
Oh, absolutely. And listen, anybody that I'm dating now, I let them know ahead of time. Listen, I have 5 children, and I'm in constant communication with their mother. We have a good relationship, and that's so we can make sure that our children are good. So if you can't handle that, then we can't date.
Period.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. on that. Yes, sir. We got to get our families back together, and
absolutely,
we have to,
because everything in this society has been structured to break up the family.
Yes, sir.
And the Most High's blueprint is about family structure. The mother offers the nurturing, the father offers the structure, and together They can have a powerful home unit that has balance. And that's something we lack is balance.
Balance.
Yeah.
Balance.
The
Yes,
whole
sir.
universe operates on balance. How we think we're going to get everything in our household to be successful without balance? And to further state it, for us to get ready for this wealth transfer, we
Mm,
have to practice balance, whether
mm,
that be in our spending habits, whether that be in our eating habits, whether that be in our spiritual practices. We have to find balance.
mm.
It's so important. You're not going to you might get the wealth, but you're not going to hold it if you don't have balance.
And we
Because
have the
money
statistics.
is only going to it's going to amplify who you are as a person.
Mm, mm, mm.
If you are a jerk and you're stingy, when you get this money, you're going to lose all your money because you're a jerk and you're stingy.
Ooh. Ooh. And you know what's interesting? Whenever I speak on issues like that, like what we're talking about with family and keeping the family together and keeping the, peace, I never hear the men give pushback. It's
Mm-mm.
always the women.
Absolutely.
Pushback like, well, I ain't gonna do that. And I'm like, why not? Like, somebody has to be the one to bring peace, or to give and say, you know what, this is what's in the best interest of the children. We
Children.
forget about that. And I tell people that when they're like, well, he did this and she did that. And I'm like, y'all doing all this arguing in front of the children. What about the children?
About children. Absolutely. Well, Dr. Kia, it's sad because a lot of that comes from behavior that's been perpetuated from the women in their family.
Yeah,
And because
unfortunately.
the aunties that say, girl, let me tell you, I got rid of that man I was with. You don't need no man. I work 2 jobs. I can sustain myself. I don't need nobody. Yeah, okay. And you tell younger generation that, and they do that, and they start believing that because
Mhm.
auntie was able to buy a Mercedes Benz when she got her income tax return. No, that this bad behavior that's being perpetuated in our community. Stop that.
I had a woman
Somebody
in
needs to step up to the plate and say, listen, I was not that successful. See, the problem is we don't like accountability. I wasn't
Mhm.
successful in my relationships, but I don't want to see you spiral down in the same
Ooh.
syndrome. So I'm gonna tell you right now, what you need to do is this.
Mhm.
You and your ex-husband or whatever, your boyfriend may not get along, but for the best interest of the children, y'all
Mhm.
need to keep some type of harmony going on so
Mhm.
so that y'all don't make the same mistakes that I made. We don't want
Mhm.
to own up to that. We don't want to say I made mistakes. I'm doing just fine. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I got rid of his ass before. No, that. But we got to do better.
We
We
do.
got to do better, and we got to own up to the mistakes that were made in the previous generation, and say no. You know what?
Mm.
When I did that, I didn't do right,
Mm.
and it was some of the stuff I did that caused that. My behavior caused that,
I had
and
somebody.
and and we gotta own up to that and say, listen, I see you going down that same road. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I had somebody in my family that I was talking to because I was like, we got to heal our family. We having people that are struggling in their relationship. We need to help them. And it was an elder woman. She was like, I made it. I made it. I could do bad by
See,
myself. I made it. So no, if they want to break up, and I'm a helper, I'm gonna help her get on her own.
see what I'm talking about? See,
I said, you made it at what where'd you make it to
you
exactly?
didn't
Well,
make
I,
it.
I got money. I said, but look at your children. This amount of them don't like you. The other ones over here don't even come visit you. You made
They're
it to
all half
where?
raised. Yep.
To where exactly? And at what cost?
Yes.
Because you got one that's mentally crazy, you got another one that abuses her husband, you got
Right.
this one that's addicted to pornography, you got this. At what cost did you
At what
make it, and
cost?
where did you make it to? And let's talk to
Right.
the children and see how they feel about it.
Let them tell the truth about it, how they feel.
We don't want to talk to the children.
Mm-mm. No.
I'm sorry, Chef. I know this kind of.
No, no, no. This is good. I'm ready to take some questions, Dr. Key,
Okay,
if you
okay,
want.
okay. Let's see what the
Go
questions
on.
are. Somebody says I seen it. This sister, no, King Lemuel says, right. Somebody says my mom and my daddy said, uh, I'm on a watermelon. You're our watermelon mama. Okay. Let's see. My own family and mama tried to tell me that all men ain't ish. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm. Oh, somebody was asking, what about what are you supposed to do if you have a tooth that's rotted? How do you feel about, if it's rotted, can they get a tooth canal? What are your thoughts on tooth canal when it comes to health?
As long as they're not using like fluoride in the process,
Hmm.
sometimes you have to do what you have to do to
Okay.
try to save
So,
it,
tooth,
you know. But if they're not using fluoride in the process of trying to save that tooth, then by
I
all
do what
means
you
try
gotta
to
do.
do what you can do to save it, you know.
And then somebody asked, what about if they once they extracted the tooth,
Hmm.
because you were saying we should try not to get it extracted. Is there anything you can do? Because I think you said it makes you lose something.
Yeah, well, it makes you lose bone density in your gums and your and it also, every tooth is connected to a nerve in your
Mm,
nervous system, your central nervous system, and to nerves that are connected to your organs. So do your best to try to save. I mean, I'm no dentist, and I'm
yeah,
definitely not well versed in dental uh, treatment. However, what I do know is that if you can try to save it, do what you can to save it. And but if it's infected and causing you to get fungus in your mouth, then you got
got
to do
to.
what you got to do. But from that point on, start better habits so you can save the other teeth that you have.
And what about implants? I've heard, you know, some
No,
people are
no,
like,
no. There's some people. I mean, honestly, in order for you to keep your um, jaw structure, implants are a better way to go than dentures, because
oh,
dentures end up, as the body begins to deteriorate or with age, dentures start to shift. They're just sitting on top of the gums. They're not really good. But if you get implants, it almost, implants are almost like getting a prosthetic.
mm,
It replaces the natural function of
okay,
what would actually be there. So it'll
okay,
it'll actually feel like a root, because they put a like a titanium screw
mm-hmm,
into the gum and put the capped tooth. Most of them are made with porcelain or something like that,
okay.
or now they're making them with some type of uh, crystal ceramic or something
Mm,
that's a lot
okay.
stronger, if so it won't break over time. But it's
Mm,
it's better for you in the function of chewing and breaking down food, because you're really almost supposed to chew your food to the point where it's almost liquefied. So it's
wow.
better for digestion. So you chew
Mm,
it, break it down. You're supposed to chew your food about like 20 or 30 times. So it's broken down to the point where it's almost like a liquid or a paste, and you digest it, and your stomach or your digestive system can break it down a lot easier. But if you're chewing and you don't have the functionality to chew because of the missing teeth, it's causing your digestion to be interrupted.
mm,
So I would definitely, if you have missing teeth, I would definitely recommend getting implants.
okay, okay.
It's better than getting dentures, and it's better than going without teeth.
Mm, okay. Thank you. What if you have cavities? What do you, is
Stop
there a,
eating sugar.
mm,
Stop eating
mm,
sugar.
mm. One sister said they took her wisdom teeth when she was young.
Yeah, that's painful. I had a wisdom tooth taken out. It's painful.
Mm. And they say they're wisdom teeth for a reason. They were saying that I've heard people say, if you can save them, don't have them just automatically taken out just because, that the dentist says it.
That's something they do over here in America a lot. Because
Hmm.
think about, you look at people in the Caribbean, you look at people in the motherland in Africa, they have beautiful teeth. And I'm pretty sure most of us are designed to have the same amount of teeth. None of them people get no wisdom teeth taken out.
That's it. That's interesting. Hmm.
And they're not using fluoride toothpaste, they're using chew sticks.
And I've seen people in Jamaica live a long time in some of those
Yes,
islands. Yeah,
yes,
their
yes.
food is healthier.
Even like the Rastafarians, they don't use chemical based toothpaste. They use the tree bark, chew sticks.
Mm,
It cleans their
mm,
teeth and it also helps their gum health.
mm. The original 7 says, once you fast from the past abuses and generational forces of bad habits, the repairs and the family dynamics changes. And the
Yes,
whole family needs holistic health, not and for both parents, for everybody, not just one parent.
that's a fact.
Mm,
That's very good.
mm.
Whoever said that, the original 7, thank you for that comment. That's amazing.
Any other questions, family? We've been on for 2.5 hours.
No, we just we've been rolling.
Lucky says, when I got divorced 43 years ago, I sent my sons to be raised by their dads. I knew that he could give them a better life than I could. Wow. I respect that. He could give them a better life than I would, better life than I could at the time. Unfortunately, he never forgave me and was angry his life. Oh, I'm
Oh
sorry.
wow, sorry to
I'm
hear
so
that.
sorry. Hmm. Uh, it's kind of hard when you want to mean something and the other person doesn't, or even if
Hmm.
your children don't understand what's going on. All you can
Yes,
do is your best you can do to try to make peace.
yes,
But if the person doesn't receive that, then you've done what you can do.
yeah, yes.
Thank you, Chef, for acknowledging the issues that was lived daily. 23
Mm,
Archer says.
yes.
Chef, a lot of people we briefly touched on people that are, in same sex relationships. Cash App is saying this is a scammer. Oh no, okay, let me
No
see.
scam here. I
I
go
just sent I just sent a Cash App. I didn't have any issues.
definitely
Cash
not a
App
scammer.
$ Polaris is Polar is no, I didn't have any problems. I didn't have that message at all. Only maybe you got the wrong one.
Perhaps because I've got a few cap chefs from a couple people.
Okay. Sorry you experienced that.
Yeah.
Could you recommend a good cold press juice maker?
Yes. Nama. NAMA.
Okay. NAMA juice maker.
It's
Okay.
a slow, non-masticating juicer.
Hmm.
Thank you. Shout out to all the people that sent cash apps. I received them, and no, this is not a scammer because I just sent thumbs up to everybody that sent a donation. So I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you.
If you want to support Chef Yosef, his cash app is $ Ace. That's $POLARISACE. Also, he has his school site. What was a school? I'm not even sure what school is, but you can register with him to be a member. It's like a personal group, a private group, a personal. I just for us that are interested in what he does. He offers consultations, advice. He posts there different regimens and different vegetables or different herbs for different things. What else he has? He has a classroom here, community section. You can write in the community section as well, members only. And I don't know what leaderboards are, but he will take your consultations. He can create menus specific for you and your lifestyle. I'll take 3 more questions. I started late and I want to respect this time. Unless you want to be on here forever. I was on that late.
Now we can go all day, no, but I appreciate it though.
Any more? Okay. What does monoatomic gold do for the body? Would you happen to know?
You, I do
I was
not.
thinking,
You had talked to Doctor Vortex about that.
talk to Dr. Tony Vortex at the MetaCenter. I'll put up his website. He is a master metaphysician that studied under Dr. Delbert Blair. I can tell you just from personal experiences that monoatomic gold it just gives you energy. You have better dreams, just mental clarity. That's what it's done for me.
Nice.
And I like, but eating, I would say make sure you eat well with it as well. You get
Okay.
the
I've
optimized.
never I've used to hear Dr. Delbert Blair talk about that, and
Yes,
I have never tried it as of yet. I want to, but when
we
I
have
listened
some.
to Dr. Tony Vortex, okay,
Hmm.
yeah, he was talking about it, so I'm going to go to his site and purchase some, see how it does for my body.
Yeah, so I'll have them on a show as well. We used to do shows all the time, but we kind of
Hmm.
slowed down.
Sure.
Who is this? I'm watching you in real time. I sent the Cash App. I joined the school already, and I have the app. Thank you, young man, and Dr. Kia. This is the best live of this year. Ah,
Wow.
yay!
Thank you so much. Good.
Thank you,
Thanks.
thank
Appreciate it.
you. A great man, they said. Oh, and food is information. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank Any other questions, family? Anybody else? Oh, somebody has the Nama juicer. I have the Nama
Oh yeah.
juicer, and I
Oh yeah.
love it.
The Namur juicer is really good. Now I think whoever has that Nama juicer, I think they have a it's a vacuum suction blender, like high
Mm,
speed blender. They, like so the vacuum like will suck all the air out while it's blending the fruit, so it doesn't
mhm,
oxidize as quickly. So they have
mm.
really good products.
Thank you. Somebody asked me what I feel about the ashwagandha. I think it's good. You said
Ashwagandha
when
is
I
very good.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
It I
Ashwagandha is
t-
very good. That's good for if parents, if you have children that have ADHD, get them on some ashwagandha.
mm,
It's very
mm.
good.
Do you have you can see curves through those moves. Oh,
Yes, that's a fact.
and guys say it's easy access too.
Oh my God.
uh Aubrey says this was a great show. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Do you have to be Lucky wants to know? Lucky Ticket says, do you have to be a vegan to join the group?
No, not at all. This is just I'm on there to coach people that either want to go plant based or they just want to add some plant based things about to their eating habits, or they just want to get knowledge on plant based recipes. Anything.
Mm,
There's no prejudice in this group. Anybody's welcome to join. It's
mm.
not just for vegans.
Okay.
If you're a
Somebody,
vegan already, we're gonna help you be a better one. If you're not a vegan, we're gonna try to push you to be one. But it's not. It's for anybody.
thank you. They're telling me that most of the questions were in the middle of the chat, so let me go and see if I can find them. Thank you. That's our moderator that told me that. Thank you, Sister
Oh, good.
Janine. Okay. They're talking about the 16 children. This is an awesome, awesome, awesome live. Uh, okay. I see a lot of comments. Sex equals marriage. That's the way I was taught.
That's what I was taught too.
Yeah, we grew up Pentecostal.
Oh, absolutely. You even matter of fact, if we went to I had how long I had talked to my parents to let me go to the prom.
I didn't even
You,
go to mine.
I
So
went. They let me go, but they said you
they
better be back in this house by 11 o'clock. I'm like 11 o'clock. It's just getting over. I'm supposed to go to my friend's house for fun. Then you're not going to a friend's house. No, none of that.
none of that. No friend's house. Nope.
Nope. You come straight home.
Nope. Let me see. Okay, any more questions, family? Any words, final words you want to bring out, Chef?
I'm gonna give a few foods that will help people to put that on your grocery list. So
Before
foods
you do
that
that, Chef, what about
Mhm.
kombucha? Just one more. What about kombucha? Is that okay?
It's good for good health.
Okay. Thank you.
Just make sure you get the one that don't have no sugar in it. It's real kombucha.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll get to your
That's okay.
words.
So natural foods that increase human performance. This is a short list, so just if you got a pen, paper, write it down.
Okay.
This will help with physical, mental, and energy levels.
Okay.
Um, cannabis infused food. Somebody just asked about that. You want to be careful about that because A lot of the cannabis that's being distributed now is tainted and laced with other chemicals that
Mm.
disrupt the body's natural function. Now, I'm all for cannabis as a plant. I think it does works wonders. I've seen people that have migraines use cannabis and it helps them. People that have uh, muscle and joint problems, they use cannabis. It helps, but just be very selective on where you get your cannabis from. I wouldn't buy it off the street. I would buy it
Mm-mm.
from maybe a reputable dispensary and even do your research on what you're buying from there. Because a lot of the stuff that is government regulated, they're putting stuff, chemicals, just like they do to food, that's disrupting the body's natural function. So do your research on that. I wouldn't be so quick to run to it. And, I know a lot of it's used recreationally, but if you're going to take it for medicinal purposes, be very selective. So for brain and focus, I recommend blueberries, walnuts, and lion's mane mushrooms and raw cacao. Raw cacao helps with blood flow and mood elevation. Uh, lion's mane mushroom will help with neurogenesis, the brain function, memory, and stuff like that. Um, walnuts will help for cognition and good source of omega 3s. So if you're a person that was eating salmon to get omega 3s and you're trying to get off of fish, go to walnuts.
Yeah, because you mentioned in the first live you did with the
Mhm.
membership group something. Didn't you say salmon wasn't good? Was that you that said?
Uh, you want to get, if you're going to eat salmon, get wild caught salmon like
Okay.
Alaskan salmon. Don't get this farm raised stuff. That's no good
Okay.
at all. Blueberries for neuroprotection and memory. For energy and endurance, you want to eat things like sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are clean carbohydrate, not
Mm.
candied yams, y'all. Natural sweet potatoes that you can roast in the oven or saute in a
Mm.
pan with some olive oil.
Okay.
Not candied yams with a bag of sugar on. Quinoa.
What,
Quinoa
what,
is one of the most powerful protein-rich grains, and quinoa is not even a, um, a grain like rice. It's actually a seed.
mm,
Quinoa is very protein rich. It has complete amino acids. Dates.
dates.
Dates
Write that
are
down.
very good for cellular energy. They say, now I've been told this, I don't know how true it is, do your own research, but I've been told that if you eat two dates in the morning on an empty stomach, it helps to eliminate parasites.
Mm.
Two dates
And I love
on
me
it.
some dates. I
I
try to get
love
my,
dates too.
and they're nice and sweet. If you crave
Hmm.
candy, eat a
Now
date.
that's a natural sweetener. If you having sugar cravings, eat some dates, and that's very good for you.
I
A
try to
good
tell my
a good
mom that.
snack is dates with some almond butter or something like that.
I tried to tell my mom that. She was like, "No, they look like great big giant roaches."
Your mom has an imagination. I never pictured a date being like a roach. Oh my god.
Okay.
Yes, but and beets are good
Beets.
for nitric oxide circulation. Brothers, you want to get the soldier to stand up more, eat you some beets.
All right. I like that.
Yeah. So
Alice.
nervous system and stress resilience. You want to eat dark leafy greens. They have a lot of magnesium, like kale, um, Swiss chard, mustard greens. This that's very good for you.
Mm.
Uh,
How would you cook them? Would you cook them or put them in a blender?
I would cook them down because they're harder to digest. Now, if you do put them in a blender, juice them with some coconut water
Mm.
or something like that.
Okay.
So you're getting the nutrients and the vitamins from them. But I wouldn't really recommend eating raw kale because it's really hard for the body to break it down. The leaves are very fibrous,
Mm.
you
Okay.
know. Um, Avocados. great for potassium and brain health.
Okay.
Oats, get steel cut oats. I would recommend more
Okay.
because it's good for fiber and serotonin support. Now,
Mm.
don't put heavy cream and a whole bunch of brown sugar and stuff in there. You're gonna eat the oats. What I recommend, I like overnight oats. Overnight oats
My
mixed with
daughter
some
did that.
chia seeds and maybe some coconut milk or some
Okay.
oat milk or something like that,
Uh-huh.
and maybe a little bit of natural maple syrup or agave is very good for breakfast.
So you
Put
don't
it
cook
in a
your
mason
oats.
jar. No,
You
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 put it.
just put
You
okay.
put like a half of the jar filled with oats, and
Uh-huh.
you fill the jar to the top with whatever plant milk you're gonna use. Like I recommend coconut milk,
Okay.
um, and put some like a tablespoon of chia seeds in there. Stir it up, and a little bit of cinnamon, and some agave, and put it in the refrigerator overnight, and eat
Okay.
that in the morning. It's very good,
Mm.
and it'll keep you full. You won't be full for like half a day. I mean, you won't be
Mm.
hungry for like half a day. And chia and flax seeds. I just talked about chia seeds. Cheeses and they're anti-inflammatory fats.
I'm putting all this in the chat, family. All these foods he's mentioning.
Hmm.
Okay.
So last two are for gut intuition, which
Mm.
is that you want to get more foods that are good for gut health, which
Okay.
produce the good bacteria in your gut. Sauerkraut and kimchi. Now, when you go buy kimchi, make sure it's kimchi that doesn't have any shrimp paste or anchovy paste in it. Because
Okay.
sometimes when they make kimchi, they put shrimp paste and anchovy paste. Make
Mm.
sure it doesn't have that. It just has like the red pepper paste in it.
Okay.
Miso, miso is good. That's fermented soybean. That's really good if you want to just take some miso paste and
Yes.
make a soup. That's good.
Okay. Oh.
Ginger is very good for
Mm.
digestion and circulation. Papaya, papaya and pineapple. Papaya is great for getting rid of parasites. Matter of fact, the papaya seeds. If you cut open a papaya, you see those little black seeds in the middle.
Yes. I
Take you a
just have.
spoonful
Uh-huh.
and swallow the seeds. That will kill parasites.
I can't wait to tell my grandson that he just had some last
Yes,
night.
yeah.
Kills
And
parasites.
papaya is very good for uh, it's for digestion. Very good for
Mm.
enzymatic digestion.
Okay.
And pineapple is very good for if you're still eating meat. I would recommend eating a couple slices of pineapple after you eat the meat because pineapple has bromelain in it, which causes the protein of the meat to break down. Well, you know, when you eat beef, it takes you 2 weeks to digest it.
Yes, that's the inside of papaya if they can see it. The seeds.
Oh,
I
that's
just have.
dragon fruit.
Oh, that's dragon food. That's what we
Yeah,
had. Thank you. That's what
yeah,
we had last night. I
yeah.
apologize.
No, it's okay.
Okay. I'm
Dragon
listening.
fruit
Go
is
ahead.
good too.
Go ahead,
But
Chef.
yes, papaya. The papaya seeds take out the parasites. But if you're eating meat still, eat you a couple slices of pineapple after you eat the meat because the bromelain will help break down the proteins. It takes 2 weeks to digest beef.
Here it is. Here's the papaya, I think. Is
That's
that
it.
it?
Yeah, scoop
Okay.
out them seeds and take them down like vitamins.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, that bromelain will help break that meat down so you can
Okay.
digest it better.
I got this from
Um,
the farmer's market.
it's good. That's a rich colored looking papaya. That's really good. The color's so vibrant.
Let me ask you something real quick. I've
Hmm.
seen like people talk about how the inside of a fruit looks like a woman's anatomy.
Yes. Yes.
Is that nature designed that purposely?
Yep.
Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Is
Uh, we,
that's pretty amazing.
yeah. Form defines function. I told you, doctrine and signatures tells you all about that. We came from. It's telling you about nature because we all came out of the womb of a woman. So it's
Mm,
telling you what we need to go back to.
okay.
You
Wow, that's
know.
awesome. Okay.
Yeah. And the last category is high vibration foods. Sprouts are very good living enzymes that helps the good bacteria in the stomach. Fresh herbs, that they actually give energy. You put fresh herbs in your food. You don't need a lot of prepackaged seasonings. I would just use sea salt and a lot of fresh herbs if you want flavor.
Mm. Wait, sea
Um,
salt.
sea
Can I?
salt. Hmm.
When I'm fasting, if I'm in the middle of fast and I say like I want to put a little I mean doing a fruit fast and I might
Hmm.
want to put a little sea salt, any salt on my avocado. If
Hmm.
I've been fasting for a period of time, I get headaches if I eat salt, even if it's sea salt.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
I'm wondering
Now
what that's.
maybe it's because your body, if you only been eating fruit, it's
Hmm.
the water from the fruit, and the salt is probably uh, absorbing the water or taking away
I
from the water that the
see.
body is producing. Yeah,
Okay, okay,
you
okay.
know, with the fruit intake.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay,
I would just slowly enter it back into your diet, but just in small measures.
okay.
What kind of sea salt are you using? Are you using a good sea salt?
I don't know. It's a pink one. It's Himalayan.
Oh, Himalayan salt is good.
Pink Himalayan sea salt.
Yes, yeah, that's very good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
pick Himalayan salt. Pick Himalayan salt and sea salt is like or Celtic. They call it Celtic sea salt. That's
Celtic.
very
Okay.
good.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
try that one.
Hmm.
Okay.
Um, fresh herbs and sea vegetables. Sea vegetables. We're talking about sea moss, but get you some seaweed salad. Seaweed salad is really
Ooh.
good, and you can season with dry seaweed. You can go to the health store or the Asian store and get what they call dried wakame. Wakame is a dry seaweed. Wakame.
You must have seen my face. I'm like, huh?
How you spell it? Yeah, dried wakame.
Okay.
You can season your food with that. You can grind it up in the blender and make it
Mm-hmm.
almost like a powder, like you put salt. You can season your food with that,
Wow. Okay.
and that
Got it.
that has trace minerals in it, like. And the last one is coconut. Coconut is great for hydration and electrolytes. You
Okay.
drink coconut water in the morning, you're going to give yourself uh, really good electrolytes to go forward for the rest of the day. That's
Mm.
better than Gatorade. It's like nature's Gatorade.
Mm. Thank you. One person says, "Thank you so much for the show." Thank you, Earth Angel. What can help with alopecia or hair loss?
I don't know a whole lot of it about it, but I know a little something because one of my daughters suffers from it.
Mm.
But batana oil,
Patama oil.
but batana, Batana,
Okay. Okay.
batana oil,
Got it. Mm.
and there's a herb. I can't remember the name of the herb. Uh, when I find it, I'll send it to you, Dr. Key. You
Okay.
can put it in the
Okay.
chat later. But
Okay.
it's a herb that helps with alopecia. What it does is that's another thing too with uh, most people that suffer from alopecia is because their follicles are clogged and
Mm.
they need some type of circulation. The blood isn't circulating around the area properly for the hair to grow. So um, I would definitely look into some batana oil, and like I said, I'll send that herb when I find it.
Okay. Thank you so much, family. Somebody says rosemary helps as well.
Rosemary, that's what it was.
Mm. Okay. Family, I really appreciate you. Oh, how about digesting coconut oil teaspoon a day? Some people. Okay.
That's good for oil pulling.
Yes.
You take a teaspoon of that and you swish it around your mouth for like 15 minutes, and
Okay.
it helps the body to bring up mucus,
Mm.
and you spit it out, and you do that every morning. It helps. It's good for gut health, and it's also help for the gums as well. It's very good for the gums.
I had a toothache once, and I
Hmm.
used the coconut oil and I just swished it in my mouth like 3 days,
Hmm.
and spit it out in the garbage can because you put it in the toilet, it could clog it, and
Yeah,
the pain went away.
yeah. And also clove oil. Clove oil is
Oh,
good for
well,
tooth pain.
okay, okay, okay. Rosemary isn't okay. Oh, rosemary is
Rosemary and peppermint.
Botana hair oil. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I mean, this has been an amazing show. I don't want to keep you all day long. I had you almost 3 hours.
No, that's good. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure of mine too,
Mhm.
family. Thank you for joining us. We really, really appreciate you. If you want to contribute to, I was about to call you Chief, Chef and Chief looks alike. Chef Yosef, it might probably mean the same word, probably mean the same, around the same thing. You
Possibly.
can send a cash app to polarisace, $PolarisaceE, and if you're interested in a consultation, please, I'll ask you to join the school. And the reason why I'm asking you that is because as we grow this community, we're going to be very active. Those of us that are very serious about having
Yes.
a healthy lifestyle so we can have longevity and take care of our families as we create generational wealth, we're going to be talking to one another. And this is a way we can stay in contact too with one another by joining
Yes.
this community. So
And there's so much more material that I'm going to be adding to that in the coming weeks.
Okay.
We're going to stay on this because this is a mission. Like I'm on a mission to get us as a people doing better with our eating habits. Like we gotta change the game with this.
Absolutely. What can help with headaches? What helps with headaches? Any food?
You're gonna laugh at this one. Take some raisins and soak them in gin for like a day. Yeah. And then then drain the gin and just keep them in a jar. And whenever you have a headache, take a couple of raisins. It'll get rid of the headache.
What does the gin do?
I don't know, but it take away the headache. It may make you forget you have a headache.
Only one there being says, I'm still in my moo-moo. enjoying the show. They're saying thank you. This was a great mission. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. And family, we love you so much that it's our desire to make sure you're holistically healthy. Mind, body, and spirit. Okay. Holistically complete. And having said that, we want to tell you all, thank you so much for joining the show. We love you very much. We appreciate your time and energy. Chef, thank you so much for doing this for us.
Thank you, Dr. Kia.
We appreciate
Always a
your
pleasure.
time. You're
Absolutely.
welcome. Yes, sir. You've heard from me, Dr. Kia Pruitt, and the chef of the Soul Tribe, Chef Yosef. We trust that something we've said raise your vibrations and inspire you to create the most amazing, magnificent life that you desire and deserve. I love you, family. Have a great day. No, don't have a great day. Make it a great day. We love you.
Yes.
Peace, family.
Good. Peace.
All right. Thank you, Chef. Bye, family. I'm going to go ahead with the outro, but I'll be in the back. So if y'all still have some questions, I'll be in the background. I love you, Chef. We'll talk soon.
Love you too, Dr. Kia.
Okay.
All right.
Peace.
Dr. Kia Pruitt, shining wisdom's light, teaching soul tribe how to see through the night. Ancient scriptures and bloodlines she knows, spreading truth wherever she goes. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day. channel, knowledge flows, breaking chains that hold us close, teaching paths to abundance and wealth, guiding others to free themselves. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day. From currencies to investments divine, she's helping her tribe to realign with wisdom, ancient and new, showing what we all can do. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia lights the way to a new and brighter day.
All right, Soul Tribe. Thank you so much for joining us. We still have almost 500 people here. I love our community. I love you all so very much. This was a very wholesome podcast. Some people have asked me if they can share the show. Absolutely. Share it far and wide. Someone asked me earlier, can they put it in their private group? I'm sorry, I didn't get to answer that. I forgot until just now. Yes, absolutely. You can share it. I appreciate you sharing the information. It's about getting out as much information we can to help our families and communities thrive. Thank you all so much that said that you appreciate me bringing Chef Yosef on. I see someone asked me to bring Chief Pontiac on soon. Absolutely. They said the show with Chef Yosef did a phenomenal job. It was high vibrational. This show was today. And absolutely. In fact, I talked to Chief Pontiac, Rod Hayes, just yesterday. And in fact, I texted him this morning. So he and I are coordinating our calendars for him to come on, as well as Empress Rarebird. Okay. Peace and blessings. Awesome food for the soul that Chef recommended. I agree. Someone asked me, what did the Silver Soul Tribe Club membership consist of? That's my personal group. That personal group it consists of, let's see, information on the RV, revaluation of currency. I hear myself talking back. Updated information on currencies that are revaluing, update information on all the countries we've been talking about: Iraq, Iran, Syria, Venezuela, and also the ones that you're invested in, such as Vietnam. Who is the VND? No, that's Venezuela. Updates on countries that many of you are invested in. So we talk about updates, we talk about currencies. I'll have a podcast that we did on the bank protocols. So if you know that you're going to do an exchange on the currencies, we have somebody in our group by the name of Sister Sheila. Of course, we won't give her full name, but she directed us to a legitimate source that gave the protocol for banks, bank protocol. So we have the bank protocol. That means protocol practices, things you need to do to go to the banks and revalue your currencies. And it's a community of like-minded people who are interested in generating multi-generational wealth. So we talk about multi-generational wealth, the importance of the family, the importance of, and how to establish a mission and vision statement for yourself, your family, and your business. We need to do even more about that. Then I have information on private trust in my group, what a family office is, family office, multi-family office, things like that a lot of people don't know about. We talk about what those are. AUM, I'm using acronyms now, and different things that the wealthy have access to. We talk about those things and we go in depth, and we keep in communication with each other. So I'm creating also an email list. People can email me too privately on a whole separate email. It's not my Kia Pruitt at Gmail list. No, we have a whole email list just for us. So I answer those emails because, those people in the membership group are very serious about it. So I make sure that's the only way you can get access to me personally, to actually get on the phone if you need me to call. I shouldn't say that's the only way, but that's the best way if you're part of the membership group. And I answer all questions on that group. Okay. So if you're interested, it's no pressure, because you can get some information as well from other podcasters, and if you do legitimate research, some things you'll be able to discover on your own. But we like to come together, and we meet once a week on Saturday at 11 o'clock. We also are starting to bring on special guests that will speak specifically to our group for our personal needs. So here you go. Here is that link for the private group. I'm going to put it in the chat for you all. And you can click on that link, follow the prompts, and you're in. Or if you don't want to click on the link, you can just go to any of my videos, and they should have a join button, or on my main page on my YouTube channel, and click on the link. And the people that are part of the group says that it's helpful. Somebody said we should watch Chief Warhorse. Rod Hayes' Empress Rare Bird is a fraud or nah? I thank you, but I appreciate the work that Chief Rod Hayes is doing. You need lessons in that? I'll be signing up for a private group. Okay, that's awesome. I did put the link in the chat. You also grew up in the house of God. What? Wait. Andrea McCain, I got to come on. Girl, you grew up in the house of God? House of God, Holy Church of the Living God, Pillar Ground of Truth, House of Prayer for All People, House of God, Living Church, Holy Church of the Living God, Pillar and Ground of the Truth, House of Prayer for All People Incorporated. Oh my God, the only that kept the 7-day Sabbath and all the feast days that's prescribed in Leviticus 23rd chapter, and that kept all the dietary laws in Deuteronomy 14, Leviticus 11. And we also fasted, and the women covered. We couldn't wear no makeup, no lipstick, no earrings, no pants. We were very disciplined in the house of God. And they were very, very marriage-centered. Girl, with the chief apostle, Bishop S.P. Rollins, as the chief apostle. Girl, you got to be. Did you grow up going to the convocations on Georgetown Street in Lexington? Oh, my God. I found my peoples. Yeah. Oh, my God. House of Prayer for All People. Commandment keepers are we. This is the Church of the Living God. Pillar and Ground of Truth. I know you're singing it. House of Prayer for All People. Commandment keepers are we. We don't eat no swine, and we don't drink no wine. We keep all the sayings of the Lord our God. Commandment keepers are we. We do our washing on Sunday. We do our ironing on Monday. What's the rest? I can't remember about Tuesday, Wednesday. We do the same. I can't remember. Commandment keepers are we. You grew up in that church? Oh my God. Yes, ma'am. Girl, we got to talk. And you a part of the membership group? Thank you for being a part of the membership group. House of Prayer for All People. Kept all the holy days. Come on here. Bishop Long. Dorothy Long, Nashville, Tennessee. Child, come on through here. What about Lady Summerall? Yeah, ha, ha. Yeah, ha, ha. Savior, Jehovah God. We call God. Yeah. You remember that? Lady Summerall is also in Nashville, right? Now you get me excited. I grew up in the house of God, keeping all the commandments. Headquarters in Lexington. Yep. Lexington, Kentucky. Bishop Rollins was our head leader. Oh my God. Where'd I get my oregano and black seed oil? I met a brother at the flea market. You took a nap? I can't. I'll put it in the chat, okay? I'll put it in the chat because I have his website. We need to talk. Girl, hit me up at Joyous Rising. Wait, I can't say too much because that's for the personal group. Okay. Hit me up at kiapruitt@gmail.com and I'll send you my the group email if you don't have it. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah, we sisters. Come on through here. My pastor, the last pastor I had, who was an amazing man, used to be remember we had district leaders. He was over the Midwest district. His name is Bishop Isham Cordery from Louisville, Kentucky. Now he's have spun off. Now he has his own church called Grace Temple. But he was raised raised by Bishop Rollins and Mother Rollins. He called them Mama and Daddy, and his best friend is Bishop Peter Rollins. They went to college together. So very disciplined man, Bishop Cordery, taught me how to be a great leader, allowed me to lead, use my skills to help not just only grow the church, but to help the whole community, like have outdoor services, counseling and coaching, doing financial peace for the community, marriage counseling, all type of things, outdoor services where we fed the community, help people to get free from drugs. Just beautiful church. Oh my gosh. Somebody said, look at those beautiful eyes. So we remain dealing with the system, cannot do without them. You are part and out. Which is it? I'm sorry. The energy you are spreading should be spent elsewhere. Total confusion. I don't know what you're talking about. You are denying the truth, just like Chief Warhouse and Rawhead. You have your own agenda. What? Who are you? Zelaya, since you don't appreciate the show, sweetheart, you know Bishop Cordery, amazing man. We can help you. You can leave. In fact, I'll help you. Okay. Yes, amazing man. Now he is an apostle. Yeah. Grace Temple, beautiful, beautiful church. They're growing, doing wonderful things for the community. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that you're here. Okay, that's about it, family. I found some part of my soul tribe. Oh, that was an NPC. Okay, thank you, Sunshine Gold. Because I'm just now learning about those NPCs. They're non-player characters, non-player actors, people that are not human that cause confusion. I had no idea until recently. Nuh-uh. Girl, I know Peter and the Rollins and the Mapses. Girl, the organist Map, the best organist. Oh man, do you remember the group? What was the name of the group? With Mapson and all the Thomas Mason, some of the Rollinses, Alvin Lewis. They had a whole group. They sang like Commission in them. You remember the Commission group, the all male group, girl. And Bishop Simon Peter Mapson used to have a church in Orlando. I'm in Jacksonville. Now he's in Atlanta. Wow. So we know the same people. What? This is awesome. Grand Rising. You was in the car, didn't see that. Oh, that's okay, sis. No, that's okay. That's okay. Oh, that's all right. I appreciate all the hard work you do, Sister Janine. Honestly, thank you so much. Wow. Yes. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. That's what we're all about here in the Soul Tribe. I love y'all. Still got almost 500 people in the chat. Thank you so much. Say bye, Amen.
Bye.
Amen. Rod, my grandson, Mia. She sleep? My granddaughter I guess she's busy. She got her own little thing. I love y'all so much. Thank you for joining the show. Good. I'm talking about good night. Bye-bye, Soul Tribe. We're about to go find something to do, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. We love you so much. Have a great, great Sunday. I appreciate you. Can I post this? Yes. Okay. Post the group on Facebook? Absolutely. Absolutely. The personal group, is that what you want me to place, Sister Ange? Or this, because we're live on Facebook right now, but I can post a personal group link as well. Sister Sunshine said, I love you and your beautiful grandbabies too. Thank you. Thank you. Never say bye. Okay, see you later. Thank you. Thank you for the correction, sis. See you later. Right. Okay, the group link, absolutely. I'm proud of your grandchildren. You're an angel. I'm proud of you, grandchild. You're an angel.
Yay. Thank you.
Mia, are you busy? She can't hear me? Come say bye to the Soul Tribe. They love an opportunity to come on and say hi, or not bye. I'm sorry, y'all just corrected me. Come say see you later to the Soul Tribe. And we got this thing when we say, okay, bye. We can't say that anymore.
Bye-bye.
Say see you later.
See you later.
Post the oil of oregano website on YouTube. Absolutely. I mean, on Facebook. Yes, I will do that. I will do that. You're welcome. See you later, Soul Tribe. I love you. Peace. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't ever want to leave without saying I appreciate you and I'm grateful for all of you. Thank you for your time and your energy and for all the conversations in the chat. I love you all so much and I will talk to you very soon. Ciao. I know I have friends from Cuba and then my daughter-in-law from Brazil. They say ciao. You're welcome. Peace, family. Make it a great day.